Oh my goodness. That was interesting. Oh my. Dude, I don't know what happened with the graphics, like with the driver, but man, and we're also going to have to mess with settings now because since I uninstalled and reinstalled, some of my settings are going to change. I hate your face so much. So much. Sorry. No, you are not. All right, the redemptions have been turned back off. We're turning back on. Hey, you're first. Let's go. Thought we were abandoned. No, you weren't abandoned. Unfortunately, the sub goal reset. I don't even remember where the hell it was now. No, nobody was abandoned. No. All right. I don't remember what our settings are. We're gonna have to try our best and figure out what they are. Oh, thank you, Inu. Great. 90. Head bob is off. Sprint. Hold. Yes, that looks fine. That looks normal. Something is different with the video settings for sure. For sure. That's all on. Or is that just the way that it, that's not the way that it looks normally, is it? Or maybe it is. Maybe it just, maybe I didn't look at it from over here. Oh, hey, hey, we're live. Hey, hey. Man, that was silly. That was silly. Welcome back. Hi, everyone. Hello. Okay. Is that happening because of my game or because of this black whatever is in front of me? I think from the altar? I would assume so. Oh, in the chain. Oh, maybe it was in the chains. Did I go? I don't know. You have that aura effect. Oh, just around your person at all times? Yeah, that's fine. Does anyone remember where we were sub goal wise? I might. Is it possible for me to manually set that? $64, $67. I'd like to set it so that way we're not playing the numbers game. How'd I fix it? It had to do with the graphics. It had to do with my driver. For some reason, the graphics was not having it. So with us finishing stage 3, are we able to get the weather at random more often on other maps? So I don't think so. I think it's the same amount of random that was happening during stage 3, but I'm not completely certain. 67. Okay. Let me see if it's possible for me to manually update that. Or maybe I can just add a new one for today that will hold that number. Goals, session. Well, let me try. You know what? Let me try this. Hold on. 67, right? It was 69. 70. Okay. How do we all have different numbers? Confirm 67. Okay. I trust Mayor. Okay. This should work. Ah, there we go. All right. We should be Gucci. Everything should be fine. We're good now. We're fine. All is swell. Don't fret, little ones. We're fine. Over 9,000. Oh, man. What a trip. That was fun. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. That was it. That was so much fun. I'm so glad I was here. The goal was getting Phas open. Absolutely. That was the #1 goal. Create room. Best stream ever. I know. Maintain low towns. I'll maintain low towns. All day, day. Oh, we have ads that are about to start. That's okay. I'm gonna probably go ahead and run them now. Because we had to restart stream, ads are trying to make themselves happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and run them now while I'm getting Mayor and Phoenix in here. And then if Song speaks up, then we'll get a Mr. Song in here too. I do 3 minutes every hour, so that way we don't have pre-rolls. So I'm not gonna start running in until the ads are done. So you're not gonna miss anything, okay? Stream just started. Yeah, it just started. Yeah, we're good. All right. But if you don't have a sub, if you don't have turbo, don't worry. We're going to wait for you. We'll be right here. Right here. Right here. Bum, 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 bum. Phoenix. Mayor. I'll go ahead and message him so that he's at the ready. He did say he wanted to play today, so I don't want to steal a spot from him. Boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. Hold on, make sure.
I forgot I was up here.
Oh, hey, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. With the uninstall, when I loaded the game back on, all of a sudden my FOV was 60. It was dark AF. I'm like, what other settings changed? It looks like everything else is fine. I think it was just those two for some reason. Hey, how are you?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Huh.
I had to move closer because that moon is so damn loud.
I know. This is where I just go over here all the time now. Oh, cursor. Oh, yeah. I probably turned that down so I could take screen grabs.
As far away from the clinkety clanking.
Clickety clank, clank to clank. Or turn Phoenix down a pinch. Oh, I'll turn Mare down a pinch too. My sound was off too. Yes, absolutely. My sound was set to 0. I noticed
that you turned me down, by the way.
Wow, listen, I turned Mare down too.
I know, but everybody tells us we're so quiet. So you turning
so
me
quiet.
down,
You're literally like you're purposely
brag.
like whispering right now.
Yeah, I am.
No, your guys' volume is perfectly fine to me.
Okay,
It resets every time you load. Ugh.
I just don't yell into my microphone.
I know.
I could try it. but
And we're
I'm
back.
not.
I know. Mean Gene, thank you for the 3 months. All right, while the ads are finishing. All right, we have a minute left on the ads, and then when Mare's back, we can rock.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. Oh.
I'm so jealous of her ranger badge.
Cursor brightness audio. Yep. I don't know if that's happened to others, but yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. All right. Hopefully nothing else is broked. Hopefully that was it. Because man, oof. Nothing like streamer problems. That's always fun. What's up, Nikki? How are you? And the patience of these angels, because they were willing to wait too. So bless their little hearts. Zach, thank you for the biddies, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah, we started a little bit late today. We had some technical difficulties. NVIDIA was like, no, I didn't, Cozy. I'll eat up. No. I was going to get everything set up and then I was going to do it. No, thank you for the reminder, though. I did not do it. If I did, that'd be really mean because I didn't do it on stream. That'd be kind of messed up. Oh, thank you. That's another one. That's the second person today that has pinned a bit message. I can't tell you the last time somebody did that. It is a feature that is not used often. Finally, there you are. I know, man. I know. It was such a slow go. Such a slow go. I didn't know you could. Yeah. Mayor. Mayor. Mayor?
Yes.
Mike?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
My cursor opacity is up and I can't see my cursor. Oh, because the cursor size is 0. Oh, this entire thing reset. What the? I don't remember what I had this at before. Oh, God. Oh my God. It's I don't know. I guess I'll just guess and then we'll go from there. It's fine.
Yeah, you'll fix it as you go. It's fine.
Yeah, well, it'll be fine. All right. Well, I'll let you guys choose. What map do you want to go to? We fixed it. No user, welcome in. Made our friend JJ play this game and he peed himself. That's a win, dude. Ooh, okay. So honestly, yeah, I'm like one game away from getting my Ranger badge. I was gonna wait to get them both at the same time. I just don't think it's possible. It would be way too many Sunday games, so I'm totally fine with it. If we get Maple, we get Maple.
I mean, we'll wait. We'll wait.
No, listen. I'm okay with it. Listen, I swear to you, I promise.
We already
Here.
I promise I'm okay with it. Okay. If we just so happen to want to do one of the campsites, I'm cool with it.
Imagine
restricted
wanting to
instead.
do the campsites.
All right. All right. Restricted or ridge. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I guess we're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's rock. Get some more restricted runs in. Let's go. Rafa, thank you for the lurk, friend. Hi, Sparkle. Make sure my volumes are good. I had to reinstall the game. Oh, God. All right, we have witness a ghost event, capture a photo and crucifix for Ann Anderson. Ann Anderson. Yeah, this will do. Get one of those guys.
We have the female wing.
Roger that. It's so bright.
And we have a monkey paw.
You're a monkey paw.
Ding, ding, ding.
No, you.
I know. All right, no immediate orbs. I'm good. How are you, Sparkle? What difficulty? Oh, crap. What difficulty did I set this to?
Nightmare.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Nightmare. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff that happened really early on. So, yeah, we're trying to get back in the groove of it now. Oh, really? Yeah.
5 degrees.
Yeah, the first room. Dirt. Luminescent, how are you? Just got this today. Nice. Didn't survive my first 2, but I got my 3rd one right. Let's go. All right. Bring in a video camera. They can do both. I know. Look at them. Run in. I was definitely flustered. It was just annoying. I'm still seeing some stuttering. All right. No herbs. Damn it. put a book on the ground. Okay, no freezing yet. If we put a book on the ground, I want to be able to actually see the book from the truck. So that's why we did that. Oh, God. Is the game laggy? It's just random stutters. What are some line of sight ghosts? Almost all of them. It's easier to think of the ghosts that are not line of sight other than the ones that are. Yeah, it's working. Yeah. We got past the loading screen. All right, spirit box. Let's get another crucie. We'll get a smooge and... Oh, we need a photo. I'll grab another camera. You can highlight line of sight, speed up in the chat. Oh, nice. See, I didn't even realize you could do that. That's cool. Hi, Twig. Cooked eggs. Thank you for the 14 months. Hello. A friend. Goo. Preston, welcome in.
Was that supposed to be me?
I don't know what that was supposed to be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Excuse you. Delete a photo.
Yeah. Oh no, they were hurt.
Be a Dio. You want to be a Dio?
Do it, Phoenix. Phoenix does it the best.
Thanks.
We need a photo of you, Stinky. Where you at?
Are you a stinky Dio?
Are you stinky or are you taking a wee?
Don't think it's
Taking a wee.
sad. Come on, girl. Be a Dio.
Are we waiting for the heavy breath? It would be nice. It's a possibility. Say either that or you're coist.
We probably don't have freezing.
Well, it's nightmare. We're not going to get freezing.
Yeah, nightmare.
Yeah.
I forget.
I know. I do too.
Flash forgets.
Yep, all the time.
That's how we know you're professionals.
I think it's throwing stuff in the other room through the wall, I presume.
Probably.
Yeah. Ghosty, we need a photo.
Are you shy?
I guess. What's its name? Ann Anderson. Show yourself. Ann Anderson. Phoenix is gonna take a wee.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a wee.
Ghost, please. Hello. Hi. Show up. We need a photo of you. Please. Hello. Good God.
Good grief.
Hi.
All right. I got a photo.
Oh.
All right. We got the crucifix. Jesus Christ. It's all happening so fast.
We haven't found a bone happy.
That'd be a big 10 no. So thank you for the prime. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you. Thank you. Tried the weekly after watching. Open the gate, died to a demon. Hey, let's go. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and just hang out here with the ghost.
Okay, have fun. Don't die.
Kick ass, sea bass.
Roger that. I mean, I do have at least a smudge. Hey, Flasky, how are you? Gee, thank you for the biddies. Come on, eat the crucifix again, you nerd. The clap. Buried to me. Come on. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Hey. Have a bite. Hello. And please. And I'm going to steal your luggage. Uh-oh. No, you know what? I didn't even realize there was salt there. What if I told you that? I wasn't even looking down at this. I didn't even see the salt. I'm kind of just staying here for the cruises now. I guess I could try to escape.
You want us to try and find that?
I could go take a look in a book. If I die, just know that I'm not alive, okay?
Sounds good. Like a plan. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. If the bone's by the front door, I'm going to be upset.
It's not. We're looking.
Looking for a bone. Hoping it's obvious. Please reply. You have to ask a question for me to reply. What map? This is Sunny Meadows restricted. So it is one of 5 versions. Bro, where the... Is that how questions work? I guess. Do we have juice? We do. Is it literally going to be the last room that I look in? No, it's just another clock. Okay. No. The light in here is garbage, right? So stupid. That's so dumb. Boner jam acquired.
Let's go.
Lisa wasn't in the front.
Am I gonna die? We're not playing with viewers. No. I will be this weekend, though. Just gonna go over here, okay? Just gonna go over here. Yee. All right, we're good. We're good. Do we get all the objectives? Nice.
Yeah, but do we know what the ghost is?
No, not at all. Damn it. Well, I kind of want to move the other crucifix. What if we're not viewing and have our eyes closed? Touche. Touche. Okay. We're good. We're fine. Everything's fine. Okay.
Why would you ignore them?
Because I have a personal IT person, which is my brother, and he fixes my computer
True.
once a month, and I don't have to think about it.
It's hunting.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear the door shut.
I heard it.
Oh.
We're into the...
It's so quiet. It's far away.
Phil, you were so close to the front. You chose to go back.
Yeah, that's how rules work, Yoku. Yeah, it's crazy. When will I have a playing with listeners day? All right, so we have no idea what this is, right?
Nope.
Jazzy, hello.
Did
How
it
are
just,
you?
like, ignore us yapping in the hallway and go the other way?
Well, I just don't think we were anywhere close to the range of the ghosty. I think that's why. Okay. Yeah, the only thing we know for sure.
I heard that. That.
Dude, what a distance.
Mare? Are you a mare?
It's really far away. Is her hiding here? No.
Hey, Ghost, are you a mare?
Hey, what was that?
That's quite the distance. Roamer? That's a hell of a roam. What's up, Matthew? Hello, I'd like a room.
Checking in, sir. No.
Yes. Do you have any twin beds? Not a big fan of large beds.
Yes, twin beds, fresh mint on your pillow every evening.
Oh, lovely. Do you have anyone that can take my luggage?
Yes, the porter will be out shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Bellboy.
Bye-bye. He's taking a wee. What's the speed? Normal speed? Okay. No twin beds available. All we got is the meat room. Gross. Someone said no twin beds available, only the meat room.
Ew, how dare they? Banned.
Oh my goodness. Is it true for Nightmare? What? If the ghost throws the book, it's not writing? Hard, dude, you've got to relax. Somebody doesn't respond to you in 3 seconds. You gotta go, hey, sir, flash, sir, answer, sir, hello, sir, respond, sir, hello, sir. Fuck. Oh, I can't see nothing. How dare me? I know, man.
Not coming to us. But it's normal Roy.
Well, we might have to go to it.
Faulty mare.
Oh, I hate going to it. Okay.
Spirit Pulte Mare. All right, well, I mean, it's you, so.
Mare, do you think it's a mare?
Thrash is here, though. So
Thrash.
it can't be a mare, right?
That's true. There's no way it could be a mare. It's got to be a Pulte. It's
hope
probably a
not.
spirit.
Just on principle.
I also don't feel like it's been throwing a lot.
Really? Probably spirit? Call it spirit? Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
think it's
feeling
very
mare.
spirit. Yo, you taking mare, yeah?
That was
I'm gonna get a flashlight. Oh my god. Blaze, hello.
Come on, Ghost.
Why is it not want to play?
15 meters.
Hey!
It's now walking away from us.
Might just have to go in there and smooch
15
it.
meters again.
Get over here. Damn it. It's so far away.
He's walking away from it.
Fine. Let's do all the things that you want to do. Is there anywhere to hide over here even? Not really. Oh, sorry. The ghost can go through there. We can't. We're hunting the ghost. I'm hunting this bastard down. Maybe just smudge and hopefully it doesn't come over here. Gotta go for it. The ghost isn't leaving this area, so. Gotta risk it. Got a more who joined in my sanity. No parabolic, no spirit box, no curse. And you're sure that it wasn't like through events or anything like that, right? You have the broken plate still in the last room. You can fit between the bed and the wall. In the last, wait, in here? Can't you loop the stretcher? Oh, you talking about that like, was it hunting? What was that? Wait. Watch this shit. Look how unfair this is. I'm going to try not to use... Oh, you can go right here. Oh, you can loop that. Oh. Did she jump the bed? She started to. Oh, I didn't start my timer. Shit. All right.
I have a timer.
Thank you. I started mine a little bit late. Careful, SpongeBob. She sounded... Okay, did you hear that too? I don't know if I heard items getting tossed or if it was her footsteps. It sounded super fast. Where's she at? Here? Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. Put a little pile of books in there, hoping we can hear them. Demon smudge end. Oh, it can't even be.
Did it flick a light switch?
That was me behind you.
Okay. I was like, that sounded distant.
Sorry. Doing a public lobby, is it worth it? I'd say give it a try. Yeah. If you like it, then you know that you can play more.
Soon if it's not a spirit.
Okay.
It'd be a good jerk.
Look.
Not a spirit.
Okay. Listen to the throws. Does it sound like Pulte throws?
No, it's not throwing enough.
I think it's a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have electronics on the floor near me when would the ghost find me? No, as long as the electronic isn't
Also
on
hard
in
to
your person.
tell where things are.
Yeah.
If there's enough for it to throw.
I put like 3 or 4 books in there with it, just seeing if it would throw stuff. CK, what's up, dude? That light will tell us. Yeah. Yeah. I say we could probably go try Mare, see what it does.
Okay.
Just waiting for it to finish. There we go. What a stinker. What a stinker. Can the ghost not come through that hallway door? It absolutely can. 100% can. Run.
Little legs can only run so far.
Well.
Okay, I'm good with Mare.
Yeah, I say we try. Let's see what we get. The hash slasher. Oh no. Why do you think you somehow got Bruce on Sunny Meadows? It's been oh, you thought the shark was on Sunny Meadows? No. With the power of deduction combined. Perfect. Yeah. And I got 3 dailies.
Let's go.
Ghost type, spirit box, and $50 photo reward. Like get $50 plus. Nicely done. All right. Who chose that?
I think the new Mare wasn't here.
Did you choose restricted?
Yeah.
All right, Phoenix, you're up, Slugger. Wait, Wait, is Sarash here right now?
I think he's
Don't summon
lurking.
him.
That's why we had him here. It all
Yeah,
comes
he finally
together.
left.
Yep. All right, bridge view. He's gonna come back and be like, son of a bitch. Bradley Lewis. Classic Bradley Lewis.
Excuses, Sarash.
Yeah, I see him. Oh, he was playing Elden Ring. Classic. Delaney, thank you, friend.
Surprise.
Surprise. Is that the breaker? In for herbs. Never know. We do have hiding. We have the bin hiding in the back of Master, by the way.
Sounds good. Basement.
Basement?
I see my breath down here.
Yeah.
Well, we see our
Oh,
breath
yeah.
everywhere. Isn't it
Smell my
snowing?
breath in the hallway.
No, the lights are on.
Well, but it takes a little bit to warm up, right? Hold on, let me see if I see my breath upstairs. Because it could be. I figured it would take a little bit longer. Herbs are in the kitchen. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't see my breath up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Well, that was fast. Hey, what's up, XL?
Unless you're a banshee.
Say it hasn't.
You a banshee? I'm gonna look around.
I'm gonna go check upstairs. Yeah, I was about to say. I got a feeling. I've heard nothing. I've heard diddly. Absolutely nothing.
Same. We do have a music box.
Oh. A toy. What the?
I see my breath in the bathroom now.
A bathroom on the first floor?
No, bathroom by the blue bedroom.
What the
I feel
hell?
like it's stalking.
Oh, possible. Well, wait.
I haven't had any EMF.
If it's stalking. Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
Oh my-
1.4 degrees.
It's 2.8 in here.
All right. I guess we'll give it a
I
try.
was about to say 1.4 when it evented on us.
Orbs? No, just 1,500 orbs. 1,500 orbs, not just orb.
Silly ghost.
Is that banshee behavior? No. See, it wouldn't be a banshee then if it possibly was in the basement because banshees can't stalk across floors like that. All right, I'm gonna get some dots.
I'm gonna take some sanity.
Yeah, you know what? Not a bad idea. I didn't get evented on. You guys did. I won't. Possible. Ooh,
It
you.
did go through me.
Touche. Okay, she does have salt. Okay. Could be a wraith. Yeah. Definitely could. Tips for finding the ghost room as a beginner. Getting your... Getting your power on. Where was the power, by the way?
Garage.
Roger that. I'm on it. Did we turn on that little lamp by the front door, by the way?
Yes.
What kind of ghost teleports? The Wraith is the only ghost that can teleport.
EMF.
Ooh.
Does someone have a UV?
I dothn't. there. What is the benefit of crouch walking? I'm closer to the ground so I can get to my equipment quicker, and if I don't have any light on me, it's a lot easier to see when I'm like this, and I'm able to look at the ground. If I'm standing like this and I'm walking through a dark hallway, it's really difficult to see where I am. So it just became a habit to where I would crouch walk all the time.
Or it could
There's no speed benefit or anything like that. EMF 5. You know what? I'm bringing more salt. Most asked streamer question? Oh, no. Definitely, that's definitely not. It's bad for your back. Nah, you just gotta lift with your legs. You'll be fine. Crouch walking's faster. No, it's not. I think the chances of a wraith have gone up.
Well, if it's a wraith, it's not an ultraviolet.
In event, the chances have gone down.
Not a wraith.
They have gone down. I repeat, it's not a Jinn. It's not a Goryo. It's an Obake or a Myling. Where's that?
Oh, yeah.
Where is it touching the door?
Over here, the closet door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This ghost
Did
is
it
all
break
over
this
the
light
place.
bulb up here at the top?
Oh
think
yeah, it
so,
did a
yeah.
it did a light burst event. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I guess it's not a wraith. I think that you're safe to say that.
Grabbing a smudge.
I'm just winging it.
Sounds safe.
Sounds safe. Eats crucifix.
unmatched timing.
Closet door. I see it. Yeah, I see it. We have EMF and ultraviolet. I was hoping that it would touch the doors again and maybe we get an Obaki print, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be an Obake. Wait, is it done? Okay. I think we're going to have
Yeah,
an...
we're findable.
Oh, no, I didn't. I think we're going to have an Obake snake. Been quiet. I could hear its footsteps and the flashlight wasn't going off. Yeah, I think it's going to be an Obakey cakey. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to go to the living, I mean the place in front of the, oh shit, never mind.
I guess it wanted to have a party without you.
Okay. Oh no. Whoops. I thought I had my lantern in my hand.
What
Come on.
did you do?
Come on, do it. Shapeshift, you bastard. No, come back. I thought I had the lantern. Son of a bitch. Dorino, thank you for the 9 months. Oh, damn it. Well, I guess I can go get another one. Smudged it through the door. If the smudge was still going off, I mean, it's possible that I did. Wait, how we wait? That will be fine. Are we missing a smooge? I burned one and threw it through the door accidentally. That was a my bee. I guess, yeah, I guess I could try to watch it from here. Yeah. Try like this. We'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Hey, I dropped a smudge for you. Here you go.
Oh. Wait. Do you have one then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I dropped the other one in front of you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't even, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
All good.
Might be. I just want to see it shapeshift, damn it. Green, thank you for the 8 months. Hello. Living Dead Girl, how are you? Here we go. Where my friend? Hey, you won't be my friend? The butcher. The other guy. All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah, definitely saw the shapeshift.
Oh, yeah. Saw him shapeshift a couple times. Are we worried about photos and stuff? It's up to you. I don't have a camera.
No, I don't care. I think we're good.
I'm gonna try. I wonder if I'm standing here like this, if I can get it. We're gonna try. Pirate Games, hello, how are you? What's up, Leo? Did we ever get the bone? Uh-oh. I don't know where it's gonna start from. If it starts on the stairs, I might be dead. I'm not worried about a ghost photo. We have all the objectives. I can get 2 photos with a burnt crucifix. It did go through the motion sensor, though. I'm not picking it up. It's gonna hunt away from the crucifix. How much you want to bet? Well, never mind. Did we say we found the bone or no?
No.
That's a yes, no.
I didn't find it. We found it, it's fine.
See, it's fine. We're good. It's fine. Figured we're here. Might as well go for it. Goose, thank you for the 8 months. Ah, figured why not. What? Wait, what is Mare doing? Mare?
I don't know. He just disappeared.
We have all the objectives. We have all the photos, right?
She's still in the game.
That's why she went back in. We needed one more photo. We needed one more. That's why she went back in. That was a good catch, Mare. I bet she was like, I'll just go get a salt photo real quick.
Door and it shut it on me.
It wanted some alone time. Bucket. Need teammates to play with. You can check the Phasmo Discord. You can check my Discord. There's all kinds of places you can check, friend. All kinds of places. Oh, bake that snake. All right. Now it's my turn. You know, for the sake of just, you know, spicy, well, we're gonna go for it.
Sounds good.
Get a little more blood moon in there before they take it away. Before they take it away. So many links, right? And how many of them did you click on? If the answer is no, then, well, then you failed. So just remember that. So many opportunities and you missed every single one of them. Is Point Hope any fun? Point Hope is a cool map. It's just not one that I want to play all the time. That's all. Wasn't prepared to fail today. That's okay. I have the juice. Wait. Was that downstairs? Basement left? Yeah. Yeah. It has to be. There's nothing on the wall there. Yeah. This is what I saw. This is what I sensed. EMF 5.
EMF 5.
Hate the basement. I'm okay with that. I just get it a lot too. Like everybody else. What is the point of a wide FOV? So you have a wider FOV. Because if you don't have a wide field of view, we can show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like when you have a FOV of 90. But when you drop it down to 60, this is how much of the game I can see. So if you're playing like this, you've restricted your view a lot. So I always play like this. Yeah. But it's personal preference. Some people don't like to have such a wide FOV, and that's why that exists. That's why that exists. Do I have a second monitor? I have a third monitor. I have a third. This guy, we'll get that guy. Keep it default. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's up to the player, man. It's totally up to you guys. Flex? No. Nope. The only thing I flex is how many links I can post. Roger that. No Orbeez, right? No, doesn't look like it. Where are you?
From behind.
No, thank you. I'm gonna die. Phoenix? Hello?
I'm alive.
You just hit the corner.
Did we lose Merrick?
Yeah, so can I explain real quick what just happened?
Yeah.
So I walk into the room and I put the camera down, check spirit box. I get spirit box. The second after I get the spirit box, I hear the ghost hunting. It's at the front door.
Arnar.
It teleported to Mare and took her out.
Oh no.
Arnar.
It's broken.
Arnar.
Arnar.
Armare. Hold on, wait, here. Just keep watching the camera, okay? Like, keep watching the screen.
Okay.
I'm going to take you on a walk. I'm going to show you Mare.
She just looks like she's having a think in the corner. It's fine.
She's got thoughts. She's processing.
Yeah, she's just processing the information, pondering her thoughts.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right there, you know? Man, well, I don't want to
she
go
looks
all
peaceful.
objective heavy and stuff. Not with a friend down.
No.
No, I said we go Wraith and get out of here, and then we can get Song in here too.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay, excellent. Okay, we're leaving so we can bring you back. Oh, that was mean. Absolutely mean. Why did it choose Mare? I was right next to it.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
So I don't completely understand. I guess it's something I never really thought about. So with it teleporting to you, why did it teleport to you?
I don't know.
Rhodey!
Mayor's everyone's favorite.
I guess. Even the ghost is like, well, I don't want to be near this guy. It said from behind, and then it spawned at the front door. Lied all around. Hi, Rhodey. How are you? Max,
Yeah,
welcome in.
I had a crucie that was in my hand, but it just spawned right outside of the crucie.
Oh, my God. Song, you should be able to join, Song. I think the code is still the same. How to get what badge, Tater? Which one? That one?
Song is here.
Hi, Song.
Oh, hi, friends.
Rhodey, how was your stream?
Mare, look out.
The RGB crucifix. If you're a Prestige 14, you can get that. Prestige 14.
Turn to pick one.
Yeah, I mean, you just so
Song.
happen to show up at the right time, Song. Perfect rotation.
Yeah,
Oh, I have to do the beans too.
exactly. It's great.
Shit. All right, your map choice, my friend.
Oh, I don't know. What have we not done tonight?
Well, what we have done is probably easier. So we've done restricted, we've done Ridgeview, and we've done Willow. Corey, Johan, what's up?
Well, there's 4 of us. Do we dare a Point Hope run?
I mean, it's up to you, boss. It is your map choice. How much longer is the Blood Moon event? Like,
Yeah, I could go for a Point Hope run.
one
That
day,
way I get
16
my
hours.
Further, you're closer to my card. Here,
Sure.
I'll turn off my stuff too.
Yeah, you're good. High school? Maybe. Maybe we will.
Yeah, I think it's Flash's stuff right now.
Well, Spirit
Yeah,
Box
well, having
response
recently
were better. At
prestige, I
least
don't
they're
wanna add
spooky.
any
Why'd they
further
decide to replace it? They replaced it to make it more realistic to what Spirit Boxes are used for now. Because when you use a Spirit Box right now, it's not like some creepy voice that's like, away, behind you. Like, that's not what happens. The way that Spirit Boxes, the way that a Spirit Box works is that it pulls from signals, radio stations, and things like that to give you responses. Yeah. Corruption, hello. So that would be why. While yes, it's not as like creepy, it's not as realistic. And their goal, obviously, with this game is to put a bit of realism on it. As you can see. Since the mods are gaming there, back on the modding, or the gaming and modding. It's a little bit of, I think, a little bit of everything. Nobody locked our shower. We're good. Finished Quiet Place. Ooh, how was?
Wait, was that you touching a door?
Yeah, this one. I was touching the hiding spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like,
that was me. The one-armed
jumpy,
man.
man.
Got a couple more donos for Wounded Warrior. Oh, let's go. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Danger Zone.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the 9 months.
As long as you're not
Power on.
taking away.
Don't be taking away. Hey, Britt, how are
You gotta
you?
go. You gotta go.
No, we have one job and one job only.
We have a monkey paw.
I need to figure out where to aim for this. Like, alley.
Flash is playing sausage in the hole again.
Yeah, trying. Need a little more up on it. Little ups. Oh, come on. Is it too much of an arc? Do I have to like bring it down a little bit? Like maybe I aim a little bit lower. But let's go for the like this crease right here. Yo, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate the sub, friend. What if I just yeet? Yeet. No, dude, what the fuck? Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. I hope this still works. It better still work. Okay, we're good. Expected better.
Lockers upstairs are open.
The physics, remember the physics have changed for stuff? I was like, did they change the physics on the sausage? You gotta like aim like up there. Damn it. Fuck it. I'm done. It still works. Oh, it still works. It still works. I gotta find the sweet spot. We gotta find the sweet spot. It's like up here. Son of a bitch. Did we find the ghost room? Sorry, I was playing with the sausage.
No.
Okay. Right
No,
on.
not yet.
sort of thing. Watch it be at the entrance.
I know.
I have yet to. Of course. Also, I located a bone and picked it up.
Wait.
Game at 5.
Okay, that's not. Do you know a challenge harder than Apocalypse 3? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Doesn't Dave have a challenge harder than Apocalypse 3? If I die, I deserve this.
Just EMF 5.
Is it taking a share?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. The sausage sounds heavier. Doesn't it have like a bigger thud? You need help? We all need help. I feel you. I feel you. Let's get a smooch.
I do not see any orbs, but with the red lights, it's hard to tell.
Do we only have EMF 5?
Yeah, so far.
Okay.
We did spirit box and nothing. No,
Okay.
no spirit box. Both
Roger
of
that.
them.
Can it be... Ooh. Have we checked for dots through the camera?
Dots is being placed right now.
Boom!
I'm watching right now.
Here, I'm gonna triple stack here to hopefully keep it in the room.
It did steppies, but no foot.
Well, if it steps in the salt there by the front door, it'll turn around and go right back into the room. But we're definitely not going to see it, though, if you're standing there. Where's the Vitcha camera?
Gotta go fast.
It's so hard to see. He's so bright. He's so bright. Why would 3 salt trap the ghost? No, 1 would.
You know, for Point Hope, at least we don't have to walk far.
1 would make it go back into the room. The black salt, the tier 3, when the ghost hits it, it goes back the other direction. I might put the other dots in here. It's too hard to see. Has that Cruci been bitten 1 time?
Yeah. Yes, it has.
Okay. We're going to try. Does that work during hunts? No, it'll slow it down during a hunt.
Because it hunted right where you were in there, right?
I'm good, promise. How are you? Can you see dots with the night vision off? Oh, in the camera? I'm pretty sure you can. It just has to be in the camera. I'm pretty sure that you can see it like this. With Gorios, you can see it through the camera without the night vision on, right?
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I
always
thought so.
have.
I don't know why that was. I was brain farting that one. I don't know why. What I should do? Stop it there. How long does it normally take to get dots? That's a very loaded question. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. Yeah, Frame, but you're also trying to use logic as like, well, the game works like life works like this, or this works like this, so this should work. Duh. It's like, no, that's not true. What are we missing? Possible freezing, maybe? Maybe?
Hey, Flash, we're not gonna see dots with you in.
Almost smudged in my shorts.
Ew. I mean, at least you're in the right room.
Where are you? Are you here? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Where are you? Damn. What are we missing? Go! It's over here. I can see the shadow. I can see the shadow. Oh my god. Hate that event. Oh, I just, when there's shadows, you can't see shit. Oh, hello. And we've checked ultraviolet.
Yeah, we didn't
Nothing?
see any.
I was like, I love you so much for this.
I did check UV when it walked the first time through salt. There were Stimpy Stomps and no UV.
Right.
Yeah,
No
and no
spirit
UV
box,
when
no
it door
orbs. It's not
touches
giving us
either.
dots. It's not writing in the book.
And all we have is EMF 5,
Still
right?
not freezing.
So it's either going to be writing or freezing, probably, yeah?
Unless there's orbs, but it's so hard to see in that room
I mean, if we,
because of all the bright lights.
well, if we turn off all the dots, we'll see it.
No, it's still lit up by the stupid candles in there.
Hi.
Don't die!
Wait, 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 around the window, I can't see.
I'm trying to hear the speed. What difficulty we're on? Nightmare.
Where did it spawn from? Was it just out, like, in the...
I don't know.
I think it spawned over near the other room.
Is it not in that room anymore, maybe?
I don't know. Tis a good question. I
It was
don't know.
so cold.
Kitten kills. What up, homie?
I mean, I'm willing to risk it. 6.7 in here now.
So we're about to lose a song, right?
10 out here.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought he was in the other room.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, no. Plus, I got a smudge
Kitten
on there.
kills. Hi, homie. How the hell are you? Thank you for the 8 months, friend. How was stream? What'd you do? How was it? What'd you do? Slide, welcome in. We have a ghostie that's being stubborn and not giving us a second piece of evidence. Gave us
That's what I'm
CMF5
here
and that's
for.
it.
Cannon fodder, you know that.
What the hell did you just call her?
Hey, was the closet
Smiling is an
open?
option. It is an option.
Either one of
I could
these two
hear
closets?
it. I could hear it,
Yeah, the
but
one,
it definitely was a
in the
little
hallway.
quieter.
Not
which
the
would
one
mean writing.
behind the door.
Yeah, the one on
Like the new Robin Hood
where
game. That was
the,
good. First stream.
uh,
Oh,
fuse box
man.
is.
And the new Office. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, GG's on the new Office, man. I think it's a stinky Goryo. Oh, that's
Now
real.
something.
That's like, oh, that's real. Sog, look out. Do most ghosts only give you 2? No, on Nightmare. We're playing on a Nightmare difficulty. That's why we're only going to get 2. Do you think he's okay?
Yeah, I think so. He'll be fine. It's song.
Okay. I trust him.
Also not a re. You know.
There we go. Gribble, thank you, friend. Welcome in. All right, song, what is it? Give us the scoop. Where did it start from, by the way?
Oh, it's not a gin.
Not a gin, not a shade, not a race.
Did you see the eyes through the window?
Spawn in the hallway.
Is that normal for Blood Moon? Oh, let me out.
So it spawned over in this room, I think.
Yee,
Flash, you heard it spawn over
yee.
here, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard it. Oh, I heard it. Oh, it's going to spawn delete you. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine. That's creepy as shit, though. Cool, but creepy. Yeah, when it spawned, I was looking through the little tent window because I was hiding in the tent spot. I saw its glowing eyes coming at me. I was like, oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Creepy. I got the book in there, though. Definitely normal speed. It's just hard to test the mining on that map. Yeah. Yeah,
It
one
just did
way.
an event in there, so
That's odd.
I put the spirit box. I asked one question and threw it at its feet. So we'll see if it starts auto answering.
Yeah, you gotta be able to hear it, though.
I also got a ghost put up, so let's go.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
All right, I guess I'll go back in because you know.
General Gravy, what up, homie?
Phoenix, can you delete the 2 photos?
Oh, hi, Fran. What's up, Wagner?
Got it.
So, what are the odds on Song living through this?
If
Okay,
it's
it just
in
burned
the
a
house,
Chrissy in the bathroom.
not looking good.
A little 50-50?
EMF 5 again?
I put the book in the home.
I put the book in that room over there because that's where it's spawning. 20%?
Okay, so there's a book in the hallway and a book in the room, or the book that I put in the was in the room.
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
dots over into that main room. Do you see anything?
I see the main room has dots in it. That lucky dog. That lucky dog.
Remember how I said he was probably gonna die?
How do you join it? Right? No, you're when you're in the stream, it takes you with it. I don't know what he's doing. He came out of the hiding spot. He somehow lived through that, which I don't know how. But take it.
Magic.
Not exactly sure how you live, Song.
How old are you? Where are you?
Did it come from the bathroom?
Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you?
It's a risky maneuver. It's a risky maneuver. He's about to get hunted again. Kind of like that. Hi, Core. What's up, dude? Bye-bye, Song. No, he's good, man. Look at him. He's rocking. Song is our hero. You're doing great, sweetie. Proud of you.
Yeah, it keeps spawning different places. This time it spawned in here. The last time it spawned in the hallway over here. So it's all over the place.
Dude, it hasn't touched the books. It hasn't touched any of that shit. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Dude, it's spawning everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
too far though to be Goryo, right?
It's not that well. I mean, if it's
Warriors do like 1 to 2 rooms.
yeah, it's not that far for it to hunt from.
Not an Oni, not a.
Wait,
What?
Oh, did he die? He died.
Song, look out.
Song, are you okay? Hey, come here. Question. Can you see him?
No.
Can you see his little
No.
finger sticking through the door?
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. Hi, Hattie.
Song.
Oh
Yeah.
no, our song. He's broken. I don't know what the other evidence would be. I mean, right now I'm thinking it's a Goryo because it's a jerk. He has a doorstop now. It's not setting the motion sensors off. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it,
and
man.
it's not doing dots, which usually for me is Goryos.
I know, right? If it's cut the juice, we know that it's not a gym. It's walked in salt.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I kind of want to go back
He
in.
smudged it at least once, right?
I think so.
I think so.
It's over there. It's over there. Mallow! What are you trying to say, Song? That's a boat. I don't know what Song's trying to tell me. He's trying to send a sign. Hey, Crimson. Oh, what's here with me? It hunted from there? Probably, yeah. I think you're right. I think that's what he's trying to say. Slow. Ooh, ooh.
Have a much timer. Yeah, so
It spawned in the hiding spot. That wasn't cute at all.
fun. I do have a smudge timer.
Okay.
Do you need a smudge?
New shorts would be cool.
Did that toss two things at them?
I don't know. No, because I think Song is also throwing things.
Okay.
It has not
Freezing,
interacted.
Finally.
Oh my
We got
goodness gracious. Seriously? What the fuck? You had freezing? It's 20 degrees for me. What?
It was 0. Yeah. It was in that little hallway where I got freezing.
No, I don't really give up.
I don't feel like it's an Oni.
No, I don't either.
Does it turn the power off?
If it's normal speed and did it did kick power. This is a shade?
No,
Hold
because
on.
it hunted. I thought Thong was in the bathroom when it hunted.
The hunt speed has sounded the same every time, right?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
I haven't been in there to listen, so I don't
Spawn
know.
on you. Yeah, but would that be technically, I mean, that hiding spot, would it be technically part of the room? If not, then that's why the ghost would spawn on me.
Thong, do you think it's a shade?
Let's listen to Twins.
Is it a shade that's being a butt?
This is what shade sounds like during a blood moon.
I think, yeah.
Is that a shade?
This
Throwing
is what the
sword?
twin would
throw-
sound like. I think it sounds like regular
Sword for
speed blood moon. I
twins.
think.
Keep it for shade.
I think he's saying shade
Saying shade.
because he's keeping the sword.
Yeah.
Song,
so I
are you
told him to
saying
throw it
shade?
Down if he twins.
Can you point? Can you throw the sword at me if you think it's a shade? Yeah. Is it just being stupid and just going from like the room to the hallway to the other room?
Yes. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Watch, it's not going to be. Is the activity? Yeah, we're playing Nightmares, so we don't have the activity board or the sanity
Never
monitor.
trust blood
either.
moon.
Wow, dude, and he's going to break that screen too. Oh, it was Song. He's the one that did all this. That son of a bitch. All right. Well, let's hope. We leave. We're going to find out that this is a shitty Oni. They're supposed to event more during this, too.
Welcome back. I'm prepared to talk for you.
It was a gen.
Wow.
Wait, who said that it kicked the power
Wait,
off?
yeah, didn't it kick the
I
power?
thought we had the power. Yeah, I thought we had the power on. And the breaker was off.
I never turned the breaker back on.
I didn't either.
I did not.
I turned the breaker on at the start, and that was it.
Unless the light was broken in the bathroom when I tested it. I didn't
Definitely
test any other
possible.
light switches.
Yeah, it's either that light was the lights. It's either the lights we were trying were broken over and over. The light in the bathroom was broken because that broke on me.
What a poop.
Ducey,
See,
I
I was
doubt
kind
that
of
chat is going to
iffy
be your
with
best
Shade
bet
at
for trying to
first,
find people to play with.
But then I'm like, okay, it didn't do a Jin sprint that I heard.
Because the breaker was off.
Definitely wasn't.
Well,
like,
no, if the breaker was
visible.
off, though,
Sorry,
yeah,
yeah.
unless we tripped it and then turned it back on, not thinking about it.
I didn't go up there to turn it back on, so. And
I didn't turn on any lights upstairs.
Getting!
So.
yeah,
Wow,
and then
just wow.
what's it called with a shade. The only thing that was that was the only thing that made sense. But I was like, man, I feel like it hunted or at least did something.
For
while I
you
was
to
in the
know
same
that it
room.
would be a Jin
that's
sprint,
what I
though,
was
it would need to be like at least 3 meters away from you. We're talking like probably
Yeah,
5
that
or
view
6
was
to
too
notice.
small.
Yeah,
It's-
well, when I
Yeah, I mean,
got
look.
the round I got killed, it started in the back.
We're
of
talking
the main
there to there, the
floor,
ghost slows down.
And I hid, and I heard it walk right over.
Can Jins
So
turn
it
the
saw me
breaker?
go
No,
in there,
no,
and
they
I
can't.
tried to smudge, but it came. It didn't even
I
open the
don't.
door. It just reached through the door.
I got
and
nothing.
I was
Anywho,
like, okay. Oh well.
all right. You know what?
Classic Point Hope.
Does it sprint? The ghost? Yeah.
Oh my.
Have it. Go
okay.
for it. Why not? Mac, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Might as well go for it.
Yo,
Check the equipment.
You know what, man? Why not? We have 4 of us.
you know what?
It's the
I
only
know
time
it-
it's entertaining for me.
Reports of a cursed object nearby.
I don't have my bedside light on, and I have my overhead light on, and that's probably why.
I knew it. Would have sworn the ghost got faster when it walked away from you after smudging. Well, I mean, the tier 2 smudge slows it down. Oh, really?
Are we gonna use it, or are we gonna try and listen?
Okay, I was about to say, I just got a whisper. Yeah, it's in here. Flip the switch.
The lights?
Not a mare. I don't know if anybody has a UV on them. Never see the map anymore. Because solo, it's just not a very fun map to play. That's usually why.
Yeah, where are you?
Hi, Cassie.
Boys locker, right there. Check
Corn
the
dog.
switch right here.
No.
We have UV. There's the finger.
No, it is Mare, Phoenix, and Song. This is who I'm playing with right now.
I do not see orbs yet.
Okay, he's got that. I'm gonna bring. All right, I'm gonna bring 2 dots and a crucifix. Solo high school is painful. Yep. Morgana, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Come on, Ghosty, you can do it. Where's the other crucifix at?
Are you Fred?
Shit.
Where are you?
I'm right here, so.
Where are you?
I'm here.
Where are you?
I'm here, so.
Where are you? Where are you?
Just doesn't
Are
even
you
listen
here?
to me anymore. Damn, dude.
Are you close? Are you flash?
Yep. Was that the ghost shutting the book?
No, that was me.
Got stuck, couldn't move. I might go find the power so we can have some lights. Solo high school is just walking simulator. Absolutely.
If somebody wants to try Spirit Box, they're more than welcome. I'm not getting shit.
I mean, you were trying it for like 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure we won't get it. I'm gonna go find the juice.
Nice.
Hard, thank you for the follow. What's up, Maine? Maribor, thank you for the tier 1.
Oh, hey, guess what? What's in the boys' bedroom, or boys' locker?
Back a ball?
Found a boner.
Oh my word. Hey, Brayden, Ms. Pro. Hello, friends. Shit. It's not there. Does the tier 3 crucifix have 3 uses? No, it has 2.
Breakers on.
Roger that. But the benefit of the tier 3 crucifix is that it can stop a cursed hunt.
Spirit box.
It could stop a cursed hunt.
Still no dots yet.
Oh, my Lanta.
No, 1.1 for free. Still not freezing.
Well, the
Never
wall
can.
is lying. It can't even be a spirit. Pff. Stupid. What a dummy.
Yeah, look. Here.
Well, would you frickin' look at it? They went to go take off. Yeah, I get it. Okay, welcome back. I'll leave you guys alone so you can have some private time. It's stupid. Why the light switches on that side is beyond me.
I was gonna say we got the normal hiding.
Yeah. Stopping a cursed hunt is only useful with the summoning circle?
either there or
No, it can be useful at any time you need to stop a cursed. Like if you,
Everybody got a smudge, or do I need to bring some in?
like with the music box, you can stop that hunt. If you need to get an event, you put the music box, so turn it on, put it down. Ghost walks to you, tries to hunt, eats the crucifix. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right, Ghosty hasn't done shit else. Not seeing freezing. It's getting close. Is there a camera in here? I thought there was. No? Ghost event in the back of the room. Watching the YouTube videos. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Welcome in. Playing a classic high school that is so fun. Hi, Rose. The games are good. How are you? Tech Dude. Thank you for the prime. Brayden, thank you, friend. Cassie. What the hell is Ghosty doing? Oh, I don't know why I just did that. Mistakes were made. I was going to try to rotate it and I decided to click. What's my favorite ghost to go up against? A mimic. A mimic for sure. For sure.
Can you also take a picture of the bone behind the locker?
I'm not playing with viewers on Friday, Allie.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
Yep. If I'm ever playing with viewers, it'll usually be in my title. Hi, Jelly. Ultraviolet is all we have, right?
Correct.
What is with these ghosts and being stingy with the number 2? I don't understand. Freezing probably. Yeah, more than likely. If the ghostie's being stingy with evidence, it's gonna be another gin. That song was the dot. Oh, you thought he was the dots? He's doing great.
EMF.
You hear that, MF? Either way, it's yeah. Look at this
Oh,
shit.
can't be a Goryo or... Yeah, that's it.
Can't be a Goryo. So Myling, Obake, Jin. Jin round 2. All right, let's get in there with some stuff.
Hasn't turned off the breaker.
That's a good sign.
So Jin, Myling, Obake.
Public lobby, think I'm a newbie and trying to explain the game to me. Funny part is they don't know how to identify a wraith. There's a lot of people that just, I don't know. I recently went into public lobbies hard. I went into public lobbies just for fun, just to see how it would go. And I had someone camping the van trying to tell me everything what to do. Like every last thing, telling all 3 other people what to do. And they did it 2 games in a row. So in the second game, I ended up asking them like, hey, so are you going to come into the map at any point? Try to do something, you know? They're like, what do you mean?
Did I cause a hunt?
I mean, it's up to you, Buckarooski. No, Cozy, I haven't. I need to. I'll do it after this game.
I just figure we'd be able to tell pretty easy between the remaining.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, let's see if it listens.
Yeah, it was so annoying. Lizard, thank you for the prime. 1 year. Tell him to visit. No, I'm not trying, like... at no point did I say, hey, I have this many hours. Hey, I'm this. Hey, I'm that. I didn't feel that was necessary.
Kicking off. 2, 1.
Oh, song.
I thought you moved the
Yeah.
crucifixes and that's why you were doing that.
Crucies are still in there, guys.
Duly noted. Wait. Did it kick the power?
Yes.
Corruption! Thank you for the dono, dude.
Oh, this definitely not a Jin this time.
I got power.
Do I risk it?
We only had 2 light, maybe even 1 light on.
There should have been 4 lights total on. I left 1 on upstairs outside of power.
Hey, it's
We had-
hunting, I think. Oh, never mind. That was an event. They were just, there's a lot of radio chatter.
Middle entrance, hallway, and then hallway over here.
What?
Okay.
And room at one point.
Oh my god. We have a collection of friends' dead body pictures on the Discord channel. That's pretty cool. That's a cool idea. I like that. All right. We're going back in.
I'm gonna kick back on this hallway light so we know.
Yeah, you're fine. Mother. Oh, that's right. Animals.
Do we still have Crucies in the room?
I think there's still one over there somewhere.
Yeah, it burned the middle one.
Okay.
Corruption, thank you for the dono, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you.
I can go remove that.
Perhaps it would be best.
It blew up the lights in here.
Dat girl, thank you for the 3 months. Trolls. All of you live under a bridge. All of you. Biggest struggle with fast for me, if the ones who are wrong about certain info but are so...
Crucy's gone, it's hunting.
Hey, it's hunting. Shh. It's a Myling, right? What? I don't want none. Go away. No. It's a child. Tiny Fox, thank you for the 7 months. Today someone tried to tell me that you can tell twins by getting 2 different voices on the spirit box. Yeah, I hate it here. Did someone just get easted? It's still hunting. Oh, yeah. I hate you so much. Oh, thank you, Corruption. Appreciate it, man. It's still hunting. Damn it. Oh, are we almost full blood? Oh, shit. 25. Oh, well, we're not going to get the escape on this one, I don't think. My burn smudge. Remnants are on the floor. It was Song. Poor Song. Yep. Those damn kids over there snorting pixie sticks.
Done. Smiling?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
You need one photo.
Where's the camerato? Is it on Song's body?
I'm not sure. Did you find it?
I'm looking. More like biling. I hate it here. No, my guess is it's on his person. Yep, yep. Got it. Ara, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. All right. What do you... Oh, his burnt... He's trying to point out his burnt smudge. Jesus Christ.
Okay, Song. Look out.
Oh my God. That freaking the contribution thing throws me off. Blondie. How was your stream, Aura? Song.
Where did he die?
Log out. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, he's checking out a book. Oh, let me look on the lower shelf here.
Don't shut the door. Don't.
What is this? Is this? Oh, I get it. Oh, it's the okay fiction, non-fiction. What are you reading, Song? Oh my goodness, Simply Tora, hello. Welcome in. Jeez, what is happening? Science Deadliest Song. Oh, hi, friend. Nerb, how are you? We're just checking on Song, seeing how he's doing. I swear I thought I saw that on the bottom shelf. If it's gonna hunt, I'm not gonna hear it. Should I just wait for the hunt?
Sounds good.
We'll wait. We'll talk. Because if I go to leave and then it's quiet and I can't hear it, I'm gonna be stuck at the front door. Oh no. We were just talking about dead friend photos. You know what? I might take a play out of that book. I might start putting dead friend photos in a Discord channel or something. That's a pretty funny idea. But how is stream? He loves books. Yeah, he's starting a reading club. Wait, can I see him through the thing? Kind of. I can't tell if it's hunting or not. I should have just left. What happened to his neck? Yeah, there was a thing. Jesus Christ. Here, let me get the... Got him. wonder if it saw me. As soon as fun started to get the Phasmojo back. Let's go. Is it? It's upstairs, right? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. That little ankle biter was coming at me.
He just wants uppies.
I don't want to. Toothy McToothface can go back to the dentist. I like it.
Man, the orthodontia bill for that kid. Goodness gracious.
Take out a loan. Jesus.
Several.
Song, make sure you have my link.
Oh, my goodness.
Much for our homie.
Hey, what's up, Nick? See me a lot.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Helped you learn a lot. Hey, let's go. That's awesome. Tis awesome, friend.
I am so happy with what I'm contributing to.
Simply, if you have to raid and run, I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, you're really catching ghost hands for the rest of us. It's fine.
What book did you end up picking?
I was trying to see if they had one of the original editions of Lord of the Rings, but you know.
Understood.
All I could find was The Hobbit, and it was like, okay, but I've read that.
Oh.
Your final last words.
Oh,
were-
Vladislav, yeah.
Don't worry, Phoenix. I'll smudge.
Yes. Gonna grab some dinner. I'll be lurking. Thank you, Tor. I appreciate it, friend. Thank you so
To be
much.
fair, I did smudge, and then pulled a Gandalf and said, "You cannot pass." And
then you were dead. This is me passing. All right, where are we going next? We're good on the ads. We're fine on the ads.
Yeah, gotta get in some grass side.
Graph side. We're bleezy. I'm down.
Oh, the battle. The battle.
Battle the farmhouse.
Corruption. Duda. Crafton. Thank you for another dono. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you.
Investigating.
Yeah.
Maribor.
He always prefers Mare.
Like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Thank you for the 10 subs. Jeez. Guys, if you ever get gifted, please, 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 please thank your gifter. Dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. Super kind, man. Thank you. Cozy, thank you for the biddies. My goodness. Oh my god. Oh, Gamer Wolf. Hi, friend. Oh my god. No, I haven't. This is... It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Oh, shit. Janelle. No, I won't forget the bean. I'll go back to the truck and do it now. I just woke up. Hi, friend. Oh, my God. Gamer Wolf, are you going to be joining us for viewer games this weekend? All right, you know what? I'm going to leave this in the thing. I'm leaving my EMF and my thermo at the front door. I'm going to go. I need to eat beans in the truck.
All good.
Enjoy your beans.
Sunflower. What the fuck? Oh my God. Why do you have to accompany? Why do you have to accompany such an awesome, nice thing with that? Why? Thursday for you. It is 11:40 for me, my time. It is Wednesday, my dudes. I think that's a nice thing. Listen, I don't like it's. I feel like Frankenstein. I feel like I'm being attacked by my own monster.
We have our chair.
Oh my God, Ice Phoenix. Hi, welcome. Thanks for the raid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I owe chat beans, and then after this game, you guys get to choose if it's the good wheel or the bad wheel that we spin because we reached that wild shit. You're never leaving the van. Yes, I am. I have a handful to catch up on. Cassie, thank you so much. We're fine. You guys are wild, man.
Bedroom,
God
it
damn.
turned on a radio.
How was your stream?
Master bedroom downstairs.
They're hunting away. I'm Oh my God. Immediately use bandage.
It touched it through the wall.
Tutti frutti. I wasn't ready. Oh, that's so gross. I wasn't ready. Oh my God. He just walked right up to the camera. Oh my God. I wasn't ready, dude. Ugh. Okay. Son of a bitch. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Is it yummy? The coffee is. The coffee is. Okay, I'm gonna go contribute now. If that's okay. Are we cool with that? I'm gonna go contribute. Be a good teammate. All right, what do we have? I'm so sorry. Coffee,
You're
coffee.
good.
What is just dots?
Yeah.
I almost choked. Song. Oh my God, the timing was impeccable. Oh my God, I wasn't ready. Okay. Smudge this. What do we need? A pair of bollocks.
So we got dots, and it's like 1 degree, but it hasn't gone under.
Damn. I gotta come in here and do everything myself. Jeez, get the parabolic immediately.
Someone delete the
Imagine.
picture, the dots ghost picture. That is no good.
Oh, delete? Oh
Yeah,
my
the picture of
God.
The dots ghost that doesn't count. Because
Oh, okay. I got you. What is wrong with you?
Because the game has no bugs.
Animals. Absolute animals.
You did see dots.
Ice
right?
Phoenix,
Was it
friend. I'm going to be lurking. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Got a little chaotic there. I'm sorry, but thank you so much. I hope that you have a awesome night. Please go take care of yourself. Please go take care of yourself. Oh. You love us animals? Yeah, you guys are okay. God damn. So we still, oh my God. Do we still only have dots?
Yep.
Yeah.
What is happening with Nightmare?
Phoenix, can you delete that photo?
I am getting a smudge.
Got you.
I haven't heard that one before.
Thank you.
Hey! Give us more evidence, asshole!
Bring it in.
Thank you! It's freezing.
Freezing?
Yeah.
Took it long enough.
Yurioni, give me a Yurioni.
What should be your favorite, Flash?
Well, it's not slamming any doors. Here, I'll stand outside so it'll do it. All right, Yuri, go ahead. Slam the front door, please. I did ask nicely. What do you mean? I was as kind as could be. When we get out of this, you guys have to decide if you want the good wheel or the bad wheel. We'll do a vote. What'd you say? What the
Did
hell?
we finally get freezing?
Not an
You just did me.
Did we get freezing?
It's your favorite, Flash.
Did it do a thing?
No, but it's not an Oni.
Oh, it farted. You know, I could probably get a Yurei ability on that back door.
Do it, open it.
Going around the back. Someone subscribes and needs no shot in hell.
Yuri's calling for you, Flash.
I'm hurrying. Corruption, dude. Thank you for the dodo. All right, I'm ready. Does it change the room across the map or the next room? When the ghost changes rooms, it will go in line. So it'll go to one of the next rooms over. Yeah. There is a small chance that a ghost that does a long roam will choose a favorite room at the end of that room, but I believe it's a really small chance. Well, damn it. You did say I did say that. I didn't say when. Hey! Hey! Stupid kid. To Yuri. Hey, you should do Yuri things.
I'll get to repel this time, I guess.
All right. It's not doing it, dude. I'm ready. Stupid kids.
You mean stinky for you, Flash?
What'd you say? Did you say you're making a stinky?
Yeah, I said, is the Yuri being stinky for you?
Yeah, well, it's not doing its ability at all.
I know.
Like a jerk.
I should open some other doors over there, see if it shuts them.
There was a bug where the ghost also killed the player. Oh, yeah. Oh, there has been many a time where we've died on that porch.
Going through the box.
Where the ghost would grab you through the door? Yep.
Flash, it's
Dots
walking through the
Creeper, what a
couch.
nickname. Oh, sorry.
What did it do?
It walked straight through the couch. It's
I'm telling you.
cheating.
That's it. Listen here, you little prick. Getting real sick of your shenanigans. You hear me? I said, do you hear me? It hurt me. It hurt me.
I think it hurt you.
Look out. 11:50. Got work tomorrow. No worries, Gib. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I got work tomorrow too. I feel ya. It's because we're using tier 3 smudges right now. So it basically freezes the ghost in place for a couple seconds.
I repelled and lived.
And you lived.
Yeah.
That's an upgrade right there. Let's go. You have off tomorrow? Okay. No need to brag. Hey, Nerf. Welcome in, dude. How are you? You're off tomorrow too. Come on, do it. Come on, do it. Come on, do it.
Not gonna.
It's not gonna. I wonder if it has technically used its ability at any point. We just didn't know.
Probably not.
I agree. Probably not. All right.
I mean, if it did, it would be on that bedroom door because
Nope, it's gonna
touched
happen
the radio
as
in there.
right as we press this. It's gonna slam that door
Right
shut.
now.
Ready,
Do
go.
it. No.
I need to go back. If somebody, I don't know if somebody clipped it and posted it in my Discord, that moment with Song coming to the camera, but if you could post it, that'd be great.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Yeah, so many people have off tomorrow. What the? What do you guys have?
Your
tomorrow?
abilities used.
0?
Called it.
Yep.
I didn't even look.
Yeah, it's 0. One day we're gonna have the ability to go past the screen and be able to go back and look at stats.
I was just about to say that. I didn't even look. Oh man, if only we could
Oh
go
man,
back.
someone made a suggestion like that like 2 years
Imagine.
ago. Crazy.
Who would do something like that?
Some nerd.
I was gonna say.
Oh my god. Wife has a no more baby surgery. Oh my gosh. How many kids do you have? If you don't mind me asking. All right, let's see. We did a graphiton. You know what? Let's just keep it moving. To Edgefield we go. Might as well do another blood moon. For what? No reason. That was gross.
Right. Check the equipment.
Just saw the inside of your face hole.
Investigating.
I know, I was inside you.
Got the intel.
Giggity.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
here.
should I leave? You guys need a moment?
Here, hold on. We're gonna do a poll real fast. What do you want, Song?
I see your
Also
comment.
taking a shower.
All right. You guys get to choose
Well, it is a stinky ghost.
if it's going to be the good wheel or the bad wheel. The poll is up.
We
Here.
got orbicals.
Actually, while you guys are voting, I'm going to move. I'm going to keep doing things.
We have orbicals in the bathroom.
Look in chat. There's a poll right now. Good wheel or bad wheel? Orbeez, roger that.
Where are you?
Oh, Orbeez and Spirit Box.
Orbeez and Spirit Box.
All right. She's her age. She doesn't want another. That's fair. Yeah. 7-year-old, 2-month-old outside her. I have a daughter, 20. Troubled youth. Yeah, we also do not want any more children. No, the child that we are going to have is now not our child. All right, Mary Yokai on Rio. Coming in for an on-Rio test.
Flash, you don't want to respond in the spirit box. I'm mad.
What? I don't? Where are you?
Killing.
Where are you?
Close to bustling.
Oh, listen, I know we're in the bathroom, but I'm also in here, so no thanks. Where are you? Are you here?
From behind.
Okay. I don't have a smudge,
Still
so
no
we're just
craving.
living on a prayer.
I'll be fine. We have a Brucey right there.
Do you have any weird cravings yet? Bad
We
wheel?
got your favorite, the circling.
Yippee! Hey, goofball. Vin! Olive is not playing. Behind me? That's a toilet.
Probably not an on-Rio. 1, 2. Oh.
I think you're right. I think that's a mirror or a yokai. Start flipping some switches. Do your
Are
ability.
you a yokai? Are you a yokai?
Hey! Are you a yokai? Where's Coach? Flush the toilet makes the ghost mad? All right.
As Neve. she's
Hey,
probably
Ghost.
asleep.
I was told that flushing the toilet pisses you off. Is there any truth to this statement?
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Why not?
Poor Ghosty.
Poor
This
ghost.
ghost needs to be yelled
Why
at.
don't you give
It does need to be
Here,
yelled at.
here, Ghost. I'll give you some emotional support stuffies.
I'm gonna go get a smudge. Mr. Vin, how are you? Let's get a smooch. I already have a lighter. We'll get the other crucifix and a photo camera so I can take a photo of this nerd when it shows up.
It's spicy.
Oh, yokai spicy?
Was that
Not
after?
yokai spicy.
Wait, you do think
You
they're
made
yokai
crunch wraps for
spicy?
dinner? Oh, that sounds good. Or if we just lost enough sanity to where we're within hunting range.
Yeah.
Closet in the master.
Spicy.
Has anybody found the boner jam yet?
Nope, I'm just sitting here waiting for the ghost to show up right in front of my face.
I mean, Pam already did that for me. That's why I got the pic.
You know what? Never mind.
She likes me more than you.
That's fine. I don't even care.
I do not see the boner gem anywhere.
Come on, blow out the
I
fire
think I'm
lights.
gonna go get a smudge.
Come on. Come on. Wait. How many photos do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That
Did you
again.
ever find the bone?
Nope, still looking.
Also, Phoenix, there's hiding in the basement.
Eat the crucifix, you nerd.
Thank you.
And a 1.
Okay.
And a 2.
The ghost just told me where the bone was.
How nice of it.
Photos are done.
I'm looking for the bone, and it literally threw the bunny at the bone.
Oh. That was nice.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, F them shoes. She's crawling. After that, you got a Microsoft. Worked out for the best. There you go. Oh, fun, a crawler. Are we certain of what the ghost is yet?
I don't think we are.
No, I would say not.
We might need to...
Are the lockers open by chance?
In the basement, but not in the...
All the way in the basement they are.
Roger that. Might have to take our chances here. Do a yokai test.
It touched the teddy bear like a weird...
Spicy. What rules out a mimic? Honestly, the ghost acting like the same thing over and over and over again. Not seeing orbs rules it out, but we do have orbs, unfortunately. So, hard to say.
I'm gonna light a candle up there.
What for? Joe, thank you for the biddies. What's up, Noodle?
On Rio test?
We did honor your test earlier.
Oh, okay, well then. Forgive me.
No, he's fine. He's fine. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Ghost is gonna slam the front door and hunt him. He's fine. He's got a smudge this time. He does? Maybe. You know what? That's fair. He had one last time too. That's a that's a really good point. Yeah. That's a good point. past midnight and people are watching, Noodle. Is 3 stars at the photo the best? Yeah, 3 is the best. Yeah, you can't get anything higher than 3. You need 10. Huh. Oh my.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh my.
Spicy Pam was spicy. What was she doing down there?
It's really, really hard to say because it spawned on top of me.
I was gonna say she started down here, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
she started
That
in the
was a-
living room.
That's hard.
So,
Thank you,
so
Zach.
here's the weird part. I had a candle lit up there, and it got blown out
Does that
once
actually work with
during
the locker
that
doors?
entire
It
time
can,
we were
yeah.
waiting for it to hunt. So I lit it again, and then was flicking the switch to try for a mirror test. And it threw something in the bathroom, threw something by the light, threw something on the stairs, and then went downstairs and tried to hunt.
6 a.m. for you. Well, well,
I didn't
well.
see any UV. We didn't see any freezing.
No.
I mean, we have our 2, right?
Oh yeah.
Orbs
Well,
and
as long as
spirit
it's not a
box.
mimic, we have
Yeah, yeah.
we have orbs and spirit
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
I was
And we
making
didn't.
sure it wasn't
Yeah,
a
no, we
mimic.
did. I didn't see UV when it walked before either.
Well, if anybody has a smudge, they could do a yokai test.
I have. No
I mean,
smudge.
I have a smudge. I'll
right.
go in and yell at
I
it.
also
Okay.
have a smudge.
You guys are my heroes.
Try and flick the light.
Yeah, you flick it. We're gonna get some camera angles. Ghost Gods tips you shared. Oh,
You spawn at the bottom of the stairs. You're so creepy, Pam. Oh no, Phoenix! Look out!
I just watched her slide down the stairs. she slid right down the stairs. Man, this amusement park has a lot of fun rides.
I don't know if they used their...
So where did she spawn? Right
I
here?
don't know.
Right
I
here.
have no idea.
Yeah, at the bottom of the stairs.
Right here.
Dude, that was so
Yeah.
good.
For sure.
Oh my god. She, you know, I was confused. At first I thought she was doing some weird smudge test at the top of the stairs and she wasn't moving.
Orbs are down here in the hallway.
It moved.
Okay. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Okay, here we are.
Poor Phoenix. Don't let it spawn on you.
Oh, careful, SpongeBob. You know, if she couldn't get a smudge off, then that means that there's a free one in there.
Yeah, probably upstairs.
Need more cameras? Yeah. We need more cameras facing our cameras.
It looks like I have
Cameras
both
with
sponges.
cameras.
That's right. Can you camera your camera? You ever camera your camera, bruh? There she goes.
Spawn in the hallway. It's definitely not an on-reel.
Classic Pam. I mean, I was wondering, do we have the lights on up there? Are we moving her? Where's Phoenix's smudge? Hi, Phoenix.
Yeah, the orbs move to this hallway. Like, I can see them right about here. That's why I put the lantern there.
All right. Yeah, I can't. He's got the smudge. Who's on one of the top stairs? I saw her headlamp up there.
I feel like it's a mare. Oh. Who throws a shoe?
Really? Honestly. Do mares speed up in the dark? No, mares don't change speed based on the light.
Mr. Ash isn't here again, though.
Oh. That almost pulled me in. Yikes.
Oh,
Nothing about this ghost says it's either a mare or a yokai. We have to yokai test, but I don't have a smudge. Yeah. Ill-advised. Hello. That could have been fun. It would have been spicy. I might just have to do a super risky yokai test.
Define super risky.
Not having a smudge and having it come over to me.
Oh wait, Pam, you...
I need her to come upstairs. Damn it, she never came up here.
Spawned so close to where you were standing before you moved up the stairs.
What level am I? Like 100, something like 102.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this that says it's either one of these right now. It's literally 50-50. First live. Found me through YouTube Shorts. Appreciate it, man. Welcome in. Goose, thank you for the 12 months. Found me through MySpace. I put Phasmo in as my one of my top 8. Yeah. Hi, Mr. Cheebs. Okay, now I wasn't ready. Yeah, I read all 3, Shadow. Came directly to me.
Alright, so we're looking at a state
Feeling
where
mare?
we want a
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
smudge.
Could just be
test.
unlucky.
I like our cameras is pointing to the cameras. It's pointing to the cameras.
Listen, we're getting maximum coverage, dude.
That's videographer reception.
Jeeves, thank you for
You
the
want a smudge
34
flash
months.
to do a
What?
better test?
For what? Oh, yeah, sure. All right. All right, well, hope I don't die. Wish me luck.
I mean, I got a smudge too, so I'm gonna go in.
No, Noodle, it didn't.
But I was yelling about a yokai, and she spawned on me here. Oh, you're seeing your breath in there now. That's
You had another smudge. Huh?
Yeah, I said I picked up Phoenixes.
Ah.
If you're see my breath in there, I'm not trying that. You're hearing stuff? Oh, you're hearing stuff? That's why you saw it shapeshift? That makes sense.
That's why you're seeing your breath power.
It's raining though.
Cosmic, hello.
Yeah, but ambient even in rain, isn't it like 6 or 7 degrees?
What's the yokai test? Well, unfortunately, I can't really do it downstairs where I like to at the living room because that's where the ghost is right now.
I'm gonna get power back. Power.
Roger that. Is it not going to come up here?
Done.
Not in Phasmo Crew, no. Is it starting from the living room?
It came downstairs by me.
Well, that didn't answer my question.
I was downstairs when it started, so I didn't hear. Our ghostie is throwing a shoe in the hallway, so I'm guessing from there still.
I'm just going to wait in the turret. Oh, sometimes, Tyler, yeah. Here it comes. Coming up. All of them, the one. I feel pretty safe going with Mayor. Yeah, Nyan, exactly. Yeah, the time just doesn't work. I'm literally working my day job when he's streaming.
Yeah, I tried to lure it upstairs. That's the mine where the first footsteps you were hearing.
Yeah, I feel better about Mayor. I had it twice come into that room whenever I use my walkie. 2 different hunts right to me.
Yep.
Sounds good.
I agree.
Cool.
Going there.
Send him in. How are you? I'm good, friend. Send them all. Mimic, probably. Probably just never got the last piece of evidence.
Welcome back. I'm prepared to go
That would have sucked. That would have sucked. Didn't shapeshift? No, you thought you heard it shapeshift, but it didn't. Yeah. Oh, Phoenix.
Yeah, I didn't stand a
Poor
chance.
Phoenix. Okay.
You got to ride a really awesome ride, though, which looked so much fun.
I saw that. I just went wee straight to the bottom.
Wee. Oh my goodness. Prison. Oh my god. We're doing it. How does the mayor relate to the walkie-talkie? No, it was the yokai. The yokai can only... Oh, we have ads coming.
Any bonus orbs?
I'm gonna check now. I'll wait in the truck while the ads are playing, though. I will wait in the truck while they're playing. The yokai can only sense electronics and hear your voice if it's within 2.5 meters. So that's why we kept saying yokai test, because any ghost outside of that range would come directly to us, which the mayor did. I don't think so. Negative on the bonus.
You know, it's been forever since I had a cafeteria ghost.
Same here. Because if you get it right, ooh, ooh, on the line. Okay, I'm gonna have to sit. I have ads coming up, so I'm gonna have to sit here for a minute while these play because I don't want people to miss it. But we'll get in there. And we'll go. The odds of us finding the ghost before then are probably very small anyway. So, but we'll get in there. Gaga had one this morning. Wait, what did Gaga have this morning? There we go. What did Gaga have?
B block hallway is all it said.
Oh, and cafeteria.
Oh, did we have a board?
Yeah, Ouija.
Yes, I've had mimics. I've had mimics that were obakes at one point, Noodle, but saying that you heard it shapeshift. I don't know if that's not registering to you how that sounds or no. I don't think it is. It'll connect soon. We'll get there. We'll get there. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Yeah, it's a song and a mayor and a phoenix. That's what we have. You heard it speed up. So you said you heard it shapeshift. If it's an obake, it doesn't change its speed because it's an obake. Good night, Cozy. Son, welcome in. We are currently waiting for ads to finish so that way people don't miss gameplay. I'm level like 102 or something like that. I don't know what it was. I could prestige now. I just didn't want to do it today. I'll probably do it on Friday. Friday I'll prestige. Which actually, ooh, I have to make a choice. If I'm doing viewer games this weekend, do I want to prestige? Because if I do, I lose all my items, meaning I can't provide. Shit. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it. We have a minute 15 left. Minute 15. Choices. I know. I don't know. There's only 20 prestiges. Yeah.
I did take a sanity.
Should you buy Phasmo? Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Make everyone carry me? Yeah. I'm not handpicking viewers, Noodle. People are going to be joining a queue.
Not sure.
Now I can provide all. But see, there's going to be new players, though, that are not going to have a lot of like high tier items. So it might be nice to provide that as well. I don't mind waiting. I really don't. Did your first prestige a few weeks ago and you hated it. It's a grind. To get back up to the level you want to be, man, it's a grind. It'll just be on the purple side, Goose. Yeah, they don't make anything where you can do a queue that goes across multiple platforms. Yep. Not yet. Maybe at some point, but not yet. Cassidy. Prestige tonight. Grind out 70 levels before Friday. Game on. All right, we're back. We're back. Mr. B-Town. What up, homie? Did we find a ghost?
B block.
B block hallway, wherever that means.
B-block hallway. B-block hallway. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Phasmo maps. I have the maps, the ghost descriptions, and the cursed objects. I have them in channels in my Discord, by the way.
I don't see
If you need
orbs
information. What I'm
currently.
doing is I'm going into my Discord right now to pull up the prison map so I can look at it. So this is what it means when it says B block hallway. This is what it means.
Did it touch the keyboard?
By the way, B block hallway just means it's that entire center section. I don't know if they heard me. B block hallway means it's that entire center section right there.
Well, we got like some sort of EMF, not 5, but some sort of EMF where it is.
All right, I'm gonna bring the other crucifix. Bring this, and go be part of the crew. Where was that map from? I have it in my Discord.
You also need a photo of the ghost.
Yeah, I have all the maps in there.
Oh, is that all?
I believe in you song. Is that the power? Oh, I'm gonna get the power. Totally a waste of time. What's a waste of time?
I did not get Spirit Box roaming all around there, but I did hear it hit the cell door as I was roaming around.
Here, let's do... We really don't need these center lights on, but I'll turn them on anyway. Because why the hell not? This. There we go. Prison map is a waste of time for you. We play them just because it's different. It's something different. It's a change of pace. What's going on over there?
Oh, hi.
Hey. You're being a gamer over here with your headphones.
We have writing.
Did you just hear it?
Yeah.
It just did something with the book. Writing.
We have writing.
Look at that. No inmates allowed without staff supervision. Okay.
Who's the supervisor?
I don't know. Out of all 4 of us, who would be the supervisor?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah, probably. And here's Song.
Hey, Phonix, what's our sanity? Oh, never mind. You can't see. We don't have the board. I'm dumb.
69.
Trying to Song this right here. Here's this.
Did take some sanity after using the board, so.
Are you trying to hide behind that?
No, they drew you. I just wanted to take a look at it.
What was that whisper, Ghost? Can you try better?
Was it weak?
It's opening doors, by the way.
Can you
I
check for
heard that.
UV? So
This is a prison? It is. Hey, Tab.
Yeah.
Was that this door?
Oh, look, there's the ghost. It's Rhonda.
Oh, do you see her?
Yeah, I can see her, like, in the...
Is that a Hunter event?
And... Oh, he took the photo after.
That's a sweet interaction pic. You're doing great, honey.
I'm doing something. It turned on lights in some of the cells, or did we?
It turned on the keyboard.
Can the ghost see through through here? I'm pretty sure it cannot.
So then...
Yeah,
not
it
a
touched the
mirror.
keyboard.
So it's a gamer. All right. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in.
It's whispering.
I don't understand why players want more outdoor maps like Campsite. Do you like this kind of maps? What do you? I have no idea what you're
I was
talking
asking
about.
Flash.
That was very generalized. Wait, asking me what?
Wow, Mayor. Wow.
You have a smudge.
Oh, I do. And a crucifix. So if it hunts on top of us,
nice.
we're fine. Yeah, we're Gucci. Want an abandoned amusement park? I do too. I think that'd be really cool. The unfortunate part with that is it would be a larger map. There's no way you'd be able to do that as a small map. New maps with lots of big rooms, like a lot of outdoor areas the ghost can be in. Yeah, for sure. Oh, we have footies.
Our guy Steven
Demon
Myling.
Nice.
Has been whispering.
We got UV, if you guys didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Multi-demon Myling?
Yeah. Clown hotel, like a motel, yeah.
can we delete that picture?
I think I already did. Hey, what's up, 12?
Already deleted.
You like maps that are like the outdoor ones, really, Kaya? Sometimes.
Do we want to use some shit to set up a Pulte line? Question mark.
I mean, we could, I guess.
I mean, while we're waiting.
There's some stuff in here. You know what? Or not. That's fine. Whatever. Good answer. James, how was your stream? Were you doing... You were playing Alien Isolation, right? Setting an old mine shaft? Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Eagle Jr., what's up, dude? Oh my goodness, how the hell are you doing? Rain, welcome in. Doll, how are you? Welcome, welcome.
Tried to hunt her, it hit the breaker.
Oh, no, it hunted. For sure. Hey, Quick Draw, what's up, man? Oh my goodness, Night Fury. Playing more Alien Isolation, nice. How'd it go? I'm alright. Got spine surgery in 2 weeks. Holy crap.
Go grab a sponge.
Hey, you should probably grab a sponge. Spine surgery? Dude, that is crazy. Dude, I wish the absolute best for you, man. The absolute best. Surgery gang. Oh my gosh, you too. But how was stream, guys? Welcome in. Stream 5 of 87. Wait, what? Wait, what happened? Why are you guys staying away from the spot? Because us being on top of the ghost isn't going to solve anything. Yeah. Why do we shut those doors?
No idea.
The ghost can't get line of sight of us if it...
I can go open them.
Careful, SpongeBob. I bet it's hunting. Try a little something new. Stream the fun. Okay. Faz always has my heart. Look at it. No,
They
that's
probably
awesome,
would like
dude.
to.
Hey, look, there's a ghost over there. Hey, she's got a lot of speed. Hey, 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 I'm not interested. I'm a taken man. You can F off. I don't think it was throwing like a Pulte.
No, she kind of was running at you though. She was trying to touch those cheeks. I don't know. A lot of this line is cleared.
I mean, is a lot of it cleared, or is it these 2 coffee cups that are cleared? Oh, I get it.
No.
Rhonda's an addict. She's hooked on coffee.
Of the stuff that was left here, only 3 books remain.
Why are you talking to me like it's riddles?
Clipboards, cups, all the rest of the stuff are gone.
Song is sending me on a quest. She's caffeine demon.
There's like 12 things in that pile.
I'm just turning the lights back on. Riddle me this. Caffeine's the best. I was literally just drinking coffee at like midnight. So. Eagle, if you have to go, brother, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for the raid. Good seeing you again. Definitely have to drop by stream again soon. I hope you guys had a blast.
So the only things left are this book. Everything else has been scattered. I mean, I got stuff thrown over here.
You're scattered.
I have stuff thrown all the way over here from that line. Flash. Here.
Ding. Gonna unwind, spend some time with the wifey before bed. Dude, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Got you tabbed. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you again for the raid. I'm telling you, I get random like memory leaks and it sucks. The juice is back. Huh. Well, that's interesting. She came all the way from B block and then came directly to me. Huh. Interesting. What are the mods? No, who are the mods? Mayor, Phoenix, and Song.
I don't know if we started a smudge.
Listen, I had to die at least once.
If you want to smudge, I'll set it.
Bastards. See tough talking my corpse? Mother. Oh, let us see the corpse? Oh, okay.
I'll smudge it. It's on.
I just wanted to, hold on, I want to get this stuff over here for a potential Pulte check. I don't think it is one. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do with that. Where's she at?
Hunt's done.
Oh, pff, never mind, she's done.
I'm gonna get the lights in the hallway back on.
I'm going to give her some lunch. All right, let's go see our corpse. Why do you put it in a line instead of a pile? Because when it's hunting, it's not going to do the Pulte ability explosion. So, yeah, I could go pile stuff up in the room for sure. Dude, I'm... Wrong scene. Sorry. We saw my body when we went to the death realm. Does that mean that my body is gone? Or does that mean it is now in a random place? Like, okay, next question. Could he see my body? No, no equipment was on. No.
Hunting.
Flash, you know the feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow? Yeah, I have to buy lunch tomorrow. Oh, was that a yeet? Can't see the game? Really? Oh, it didn't change back. Oh, you're right. It didn't change back. Why?
Yeah, she went upstairs. In B block.
There you go. That was weird.
I'll get lights back.
That was weird. This might be a Pulte. Hey, give it back. Do it. Throw both of those items. Do it. Do it. Oh, she's over there. Hey. Ah, that. Okay. Dude, this has got to be a Pulte. She's yeeting the shit. Oh my god. Look at her go. Go find him. Go find him. He's there. Get him. No, he's over here. You took my body. Go take his. He's over here. He's here. Skullface, thank you for the 18 months. Welcome back. Appreciate you, Fred. Animals. Animals. Thank you, Tika. I did see it close the front door, but ended up being a banshee. The door was fully open. Well, did it event near that door though? If it didn't event, then it'll shut the door. If you're thinking that it was possibly a Ure.
Did you smudge it or did we all run?
No, I didn't smudge it. I didn't know if one of you guys was.
All right, what are the odds on him living?
I don't know.
Dead players cannot see the Obake shapeshift. No.
We're jetting through there pretty
No.
quickly. She threw a lot of the stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Doing 4-player Apocalypse 3 at Sunny Meadows after this sounds like a bit awful idea. Can dead players see the Hantu breath? I think so. Can the Onryo flick the lights off immediately after I turn it on? Yeah.
I'll smudge her this time.
Yeah, you smudge her, Song. Yeah, you tell her what for. Yeah, that's right, Rhonda. Who do you think you are, huh? Huh? Who do you think you are? Does the campfire count for an Onryo test? I think it does because I'm fairly certain that campfire counts as a fire. So, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. Where you going, Rhonda? You don't want to go hang out with Song? You going upstairs? Going to the infirmary? Okay.
Yeah, I started a timer.
Can you explain what the Hantu breath is? Yeah, the Hantu when you can see its breath. So when you turn the power off, you can see the Hantu's breath. The ability to see it is completely based on the breaker. Did he just kiss the ghost? I could ask him. Oh, prison. I think it's a poultry. I think it's a poultry. I do have a few Apocalypse 3 videos. I have one that was probably like 2-3 videos ago, more than likely. I'll have to get popcorn. How'd he die? I don't know. I'll ask him. What are they hiding for? Go take a photo. Go take a photo. Playing it live? No.
I'm listening for it with her mic.
All good.
Tell him, Song. Yes, Song, you tell him what's up. He's bent out of the locker. Yeah, if you go like this, I'm afraid they're gonna take that away when they make the new ghost models. I mean, the new player models. It's gonna be a sad day. It's gonna be sad. gonna be sad.
Apple tea.
Hey, Cameron.
Yep.
Always been wondering about the mayor ability.
Yeah, it's
the
for
ability.
something from the bottom of B block to the upstairs. So
It's the ability for the ghost to turn off a light switch immediately after you turn it on.
if it's not, I'm uninstalling.
Cherry apple?
I'm still mad I got scammed out of that ghost photo.
Maybe just gotta be better. I don't have anything to throw at them, so I'm just gonna sit here. Oh wait, clipboard! Oh, I took it. Totally forgot about the clipboards. The ghost only sees your torso when it hunts you. Yeah, it was yeeting the crap out of stuff in there.
That's what I said with the first line. I was like, there's no way with how fast it was that it left like 2 things.
Yeah, I wasn't sold on the first one, but you know, when I was dead, I was sold. I don't know how
Well, you know,
it came right to
sometimes-
me. Went around all the way to the other side and straight to me. I had no electronics. No idea.
Sometimes it just takes a snap neck to be able to tell, you know?
Son of a bitch.
Song would know.
You know what? 4
Hey,
players.
we've all died
Tanglewood.
once.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Look at us go. Bad wheel. Oh, sorry, song. Sorry,
I
song.
would like to formally make a request that we do a mean run before the end of the night.
I was gonna say, you want to
I'd
formerly
have
make
to-
mean runs?
I would have to remember the. Oh God, I'd have to remember the settings, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
I have the settings in a custom.
Okay, sweet. Oh wait,
So I
maybe
can,
you could host it then. Yeah, if you want to, that might be easier.
Yeah, either way.
That works. All right, I have a bad wheel to do. I owe Chad a bad wheel. Oh, where is it? Where is it? There it is. What is this? Well, I reached this. So when we reach the goal, I spin a good wheel. When we reach it twice, I spin a bad wheel. When we reach 100, chat chooses which one they want. So I have to do this one again. I mean, it's going to be bad no matter what, but I still have dodged those damn sodas every single time. Every single time. I have nothing set for higher stuff right now. Nothing yet. Rigged? Listen, get wrecked, man. Get wrecked.
We do have hiding in the basement.
Door was open when you moved left and right. When the ghost came into the room, I never moved. It came directly to me.
And outside nursery.
I think you're right on dining room. It's like 8 degrees in here, and everywhere else is 15.
I'm going to go in there while I'm eating these.
We have also hiding outside of nursery and inside of nursery.
Where is it?
Dining. No orbicals.
Oh, that's really weird.
Where are you? How old are you? Where are you?
Need a photo of the ghost.
Air box.
Oh man, that's really weird. I can't describe this one. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We got it. Oh. Oh. Imagine that's what eating like a cockroach tastes like. Jesus Christ. All right. We need a photo and a rappel. We'll be fine.
Yeah, ready.
I said I imagine that's what it tastes like. God damn it.
Wanna be a deal?
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Crods.
Where are you?
Yeah, that's a hell of a first appearance.
Are you in the lone deal?
Dude.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
No. But it just wants it wants me. It wants me. Hold on.
Where are you?
It wants me. All right, Ghost. Go ahead. Show up.
Hang on, here you go. No, it already bursted the lights.
I know, but we need a photo.
I know. But, well, I thought you were trying for Dio.
Oh.
I'll do that then. Yeah.
Well, here.
Unless you want to do, the Dio. I don't care.
You can do it, Dio.
Okay.
I'll just hang.
Where are you? Where are you?
Rod, thank you for the biddies, dude.
Where are you?
No, this isn't a random lobby. I'm playing with moderators right now.
Are you roaming? Where are you?
We have a lot
Where
of
are
great,
you?
A lot of great friends.
Okay, where are you?
I'm right here.
Where are you? Where are you? Right here. Where are you? Where are you?
Right here.
Where are you? Where are you?
These are all piles of 3.
Where are you? What the? Where are you?
I'm gonna move further away.
Where are you?
It's probably in the lobby right here.
Yeah.
I mean, in the hallway.
Yeah, that's why I moved.
Oh my god. Sounds like I'm gonna answer my grandma. What does that mean? That's a C and then Rods. Oh, that's how you say your name. No. Oh no, thank you. No, I appreciate you correcting me because I definitely don't want to continue to say your name wrong. Yeah. No, thank you for telling me. C-Rod. C-Rods. Sorry. C-Rods. Thank you for the biddies, dude. Appreciate it so much. The way he says it, I know. The same way over and over and over.
Where are you?
Where
are you?
Still going for it.
Where are you? Where are you?
Song.
Where are you? Where are you?
I was like, I think the ghost is out here.
Where are you? Where are you?
It's taking a wee.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Go.
Close to busting.
Be careful, Song. It's close to busting. He's trying to get the Dio response. He's hoping it's a Dio.
I don't think it's a Dio.
He's really wanting it to be, though. Hey, Song! This person died!
Yeah, I heard that.
I figured since I told you in the spirit box, I'd tell you in person. Figured it would hold more weight.
It's more convincing.
Yeah. It's not fake news. This person died. This is real.
I kept asking where it was, and you didn't say right here.
I'm sorry. It seems to be happening a lot less recently. I don't know why.
I also didn't get taken away.
Oh, taken away!
That would be a deal, you son of a bitch.
Song, look out.
Song, careful! It's that Dio you were looking for. It's like Back to the Future. No, your cousin, Marvin Barry. You know that Dio you're looking for? Well, look at this! Yeah, she didn't want me. She skipped right by me.
I want her to like me less.
Dude, easy. I want to go see my friend.
Oh, dang it, we didn't get a photo.
Oh, okay, we can try it again. Song, look out. Where is she? Where are you? Are you here? I'm gonna try to get the Dio response. Are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
Get away.
Are you near? Where are you?
We also have.
Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? I'm gonna wait for this to go off. Come on, walk out here. Was that a window? Where is it? Where are you?
I'm far from their home.
Are you near? Where are you?
Far.
I think it's in the living room. Where are you? Are you near?
Yeah, that's
Where are you?
The far
Are you near?
in a way.
Where are you?
It's far.
Are you near?
The far
Where are you? Shit. Ain't happening. Watch, I'm gonna die.
Bring the DO to the garage.
Bring it to the garage, roger that.
So I don't...
Can a mimic give a DO response? Yes, it can. Where are you?
I'm far from there.
Are you near? What? Jesus Christ. All right, well. She's a crawler. There's pancakes. All right, here she comes. Careful, SpongeBob. Do you want me to? I could smudge her if you want me to. For a photo op.
Yeah.
Careful, 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 careful.
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna smudge her anyway. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Can we delete a photo, please?
Uh-huh.
Did we find the book?
I don't know.
Thanks, Pam.
Did we find the bone?
Hey, Phoenix, have you found the bone?
I did not yet.
Did not see it in the basement.
Pam?
Listen, she doesn't want any of your shit. Back off, Pam.
Oh.
All right, I'm sorry. She's really sensitive. Oh my God, it's a skull in the tub.
Because of course it is.
I'm just picking it up.
I got 3 red Wheel of Fortune.
All right, I'll be back. 1 second. I didn't know she had cards. I didn't know she had cards. Oh, there's no more. Oh, we have no more smoogies? That's okay. I'll go in the garage. We'll be all right. Jazz! Oh.
I dropped this much on the
Oh,
ground.
Shanks.
That one.
Shanks.
You're welcome.
I'm coming to pull cards. Don't die. Oh, yes, Ross, you missed the mayor. Yeah, you missed it. Tried looping a rev once. That's a good time. Yeah, the deal response, you have to be within a meter of it. I've gotten it plenty of times. It's just, yeah, this time it's being stubborn. Let us in. Let us in.
Ghost, we want to.
Sure, you can loop a rev on 150 speed around nothing, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that do it. I just haven't tried. With how fast the ghost is and how quick it
They're all
can't
gone by now.
turn. Song, look out. Oh, they're all
Oh,
gone.
terrible
Oh,
person.
sad. All right, Song, I'm
Sorry,
gonna leave this here
Song,
for
I
you.
tried.
You're the light of my life. Don't die to a Dio. Ah, classic. Hey, first, welcome in.
How did...
How'd he die? My
Song.
assumption would be that he wasn't getting a Dio response, so he didn't think it was a Dio. Went to hide, learned real quick it was a Dio.
That's why you have a smudge.
Yeah, that's why we have. That's why we have a smudge. He
It
did
was,
not.
drug.
Hush, hello. All right. Well, get out.
Make sure you have a
Oh, Song. It's funny. There's been many a time that I've been with him where he's died to a DO in really unfortunate ways. It's been pretty funny.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
You know, that was pretty funny, Song.
Wait, what do we have?
That was really funny.
Well, so I run with you guys. I hide in the first thing I see. Then I hear the speedy footsteps, and I cycle through my stuff, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't have a smudge. Okay, cool, I'm just gonna die now.
You should have came to the room with us.
If you would have came to the room with us, you'd have been fine. Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to. I literally hit my key 3 times to cycle through everything, realized, and at that point it was already at the door. And I was...
Song's in the corner just screaming, no, please. Still haven't gotten a DO?
It's all good.
You can't get one until
I've said it before,
level
and I'll
30,
say it
I think.
again. My most died to ghost when playing games in a group with y'all is a deal.
Oh, C-Rod, appreciate that, man.
Oh, Song.
Oh, Song. All right. We could end it with a meme run.
Remember, it's
Sure.
always for the content.
I don't remember the settings, so either I can change the settings here, or we can, if you have it already preset, we can just use yours.
Yeah, I have the preset if you want me to...
Send a code.
Well, all you gotta do, if you leave, the code should stay the same. If you leave and join back.
Oh, yeah,
it
I can do
should
that.
Promote me as you guys leave and come back.
Okay, so all of us leave and come back. Roger that. Crusonics, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Krill, how are you? We're joining him back. He just has a preset that we're gonna join for.
Looks like
Yeah.
there are others out
Call
there
of
in need
Katie,
help.
welcome in. How was stream? How'd it go? What'd you do? Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey. Good. Is it bad they have 70 hours? No, if you like the game, dude, play it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. At all. Hello. How was
Now,
stream?
You may want to glance through just to be safe, but I'm 99% certain this is.
I trust you. Stream was great. Ignore them. Okay, no problem. Listen, if you want me to ask you about it, I will. If you want me to ignore it,
You only have the mirror.
only had
Yeah,
the
I just
mirror.
did the mirror.
Well, if you add all the
we
cursed
need-
possessions, though, if we have to start another hunt, then we can start another hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But that gives us no reward multipliers.
Imagine.
Imagine. It's the craziest thing that's happened to me.
Also.
Oh, God, I don't know. It's a lot of games to think of.
Well, no.
What I do.
Never mind. You have lose items off, so.
I mispronounced the word flashbang.
Yeah.
It's been a curse ever
That's why
since.
it's at 0. And then
Flying bang.
Doors
Now you're gonna
open
have- now they're gonna
'cause that
force you to
doesn't
make
matter,
merch.
hiding places none 'cause that
You
doesn't
will
matter,
now end up
fog,
with a
'cause
shirt that
doesn't
says
matter.
flying bang.
Ghost is
You just
150.
accept it. You just take it.
Sorry,
It is what it is.
Friendly ghost.
It's too late.
Yep.
Good.
It happens. BC, how are
1 second
you?
grace period.
Welcome in. Yeah.
don't care
I don't
about
know what
the
would be on the
evidence
shirt.
and stuff.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a
No
flashbang with a really goofy like
You
face
die,
or
you
something.
die.
I'd buy
I
it.
thought we
I'd
had
buy it.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
I know. Well,
And then,
meme run? Yes, meme run. This is
power
where the
starts
ghost
on.
is 150 speed and we are 150 speed.
Okay. Should be good.
Yep. No worries, Sophia. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. No worries at all. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you
Okay,
want
I
to
gotta
see
start it.
somebody who does these regularly, Mighty Chingus. Mr. Mighty Chingus from Midnight Society, our amazing stream team. He does these all the time. Get my flashlight, get my torpedo. I'm ready. I've got my torpedo. I'm ready.
No, do you have your normal, what you call it?
What the
Your
hell's my- what you
music?
call it?
The backing
Oh,
up
no,
music?
no. I don't have that at the ready. The close. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I have something that would probably work though. All right, I might play the wrong one on accident, but we're about to find out.
Okay.
When you guys are.
Ready?
Who's getting the
3,
lights?
2, 1.
All of us.
I got the mirror. I'm gonna break the mirror.
Oh, Phoenix? Never mind.
Oh God, she's so fast. Why does she want me?
Flash.
Leave me alone, you bully.
You go!
Oh God, what if it's a banshee? You know how much that would suck? I don't know.
Might be a band.
Why look, she's why turning to me.
Here and see.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah.
No, meet my friends. I have friends over here. Meet them. Ma'am.
Yeah.
I think you are the target.
Son of a bitch. Oh, that's some bullshit.
Did we leave and come back?
I was gonna say, as I just
If this is
stood in the
gonna go
corner,
after
like,
you,
well,
unless it's a mimic.
Oh, imagine.
It'd still be a mimic.
Yeah, it could be.
All right,
That
ready?
would be awesome.
I'll hit another on.
Take another hit. Here comes my friend.
Keep coming.
Oh Lord, she coming. No, she's only gonna answer to me. This is my queen. You guys just hang out. Oh, she doubled back. Oh,
Yeah, she walked right through me.
play the music again. I can't press it in time. Hold on.
You got this, Flash.
Oh
Okay,
God,
so many
God.
good pics of her.
Got it. Yee. Why me? Why me? Some bullshit. Bullshit. All right, we come back. We do it again.
Get out of there.
We got to do it
Yeah.
again. Oh, that's garbage.
I got so many pictures of her chasing you, Flash. It was perfect.
Oh no, I didn't pick it. Oh, that's right. We can't get anything anyway. I got it. There we go. We're fine. Oh, that's so dumb.
Welcome back.
Oh, what the hell? I clicked on her name.
Would be a banshee.
I clicked on Banshee and it's find correct ghost type is not there for me.
That's
boo.
interesting.
Whatever.
You get all of those 0 rewards.
I clicked.
God.
It's we saw the circle around the name. Absolutely, Rod. We wouldn't get anything anyway, but it's still funny. Yeah.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up.
Give me
before
my torpedo.
investigating.
I have another SpongeBob song I can hit her with. Join the Discord. Hey, let's go.
Okay, 3,
You ready?
2, 1.
Don't spawn
Hopefully
on
she's
top
not
of us.
another banshee.
She coming.
It was a shorter one. Go get my friends. Oh no. Oh yay! Wait, why was that so fast?
What?
Do you have the hunts not set to be longer?
No, I have long hunts on.
That was.
Well, it took him a while to get over here.
No, that is true. That is true.
Alright, I'll go get Frank. Do it again.
All right. Do I have any more SpongeBob noises on here?
It's 150% speed.
It's coming.
SpongeBob.
That seems almost slow.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh no, Mare!
There.
Oh no. My guess, I don't know if it happened or not. I was gonna say, did she get blinded by the curtain? If you, oh, no, why me? Mare? Did she just come back to life? Mare?
So, my mouse decided to do something where it was trying to like take a screenshot, and I couldn't get out of it.
That was really weird.
Welcome back. This job's ready.
And it was a spirit.
Hey, got it right.
Freaking China
Yeah.
cabinet.
Damn right. So Mare died, and then I saw her standing there as a dead player, but I wasn't dead yet.
Weird.
That was really freaking weird.
Really weird.
But the fact
job,
I wasn't
Phoenix.
dead yet, though, even though I was dying, I wasn't dead yet. I hadn't gone to the death realm and come back.
I never done
All
one
right,
of those
friends.
before.
So I saw 2 ghosts.
Are we gonna do one more? Or
I'd be down for one more.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Why is it
Back
0
to-
multiplier? Because this is
or-
just for fun.
Another meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, another meme run. Here
This
we
is
go.
just for fun.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up.
Oh, it's listed in the Discord. Is it really as a known bug? I know that one of the known bugs that's listed is about the player being able to see their body in the death realm. I didn't know about being able to see a dead player when you haven't died yet.
3, 2, 1.
What's the torpedo for? Make me feel safe.
Breaking a mirror.
Oh, you fast. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord, she coming. Oh, that was tricky as shit. Oh, that was weird. Bye, song.
I hit my damn shirt.
I miss you. Here, you guys want a friend? I got a friend for you.
No, you can keep her. She's bent backwards for you.
She's looking for her contact lens. Where the hell did I put those car keys? Oh, they're not under here. They're not under there.
She likes you.
Here, I'll bring her to you. Damn it!
No, she likes you.
Shit, what if Song was the target? What if it's another
Right.
banshee? I'd risk it for the biscuit. Has it chased anyone else other than me?
Phoenix?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, no.
Duh, I mean, it still technically could be a banshee. Well, no, because it was chasing me.
Yeah.
She's trying to check her butthole. Oh, self-check. Roger that. Self-checkout. Man, these self-checkout machines are getting crazy.
Right? Jeez.
Oh.
Oh, she went all the way
Jesus
around.
Christ. Goodness. Oh, all right.
Oh,
We win.
Bye,
Run.
Song. Bye, Phoenix.
Bye, guys. Miss you. What do we think? That sounded
don't know.
really fast. I'm going Thay.
That's what I want.
I feel like if it was a Moro, it would have been faster, right?
Welcome back. This job's ready for you.
3 for 3.
Hey, that was they.
3 for 3.
Ooh.
The ghost kind of screwed me on the first one, but yeah. Oh man, that was funny. Can a Thay age during a hunt? Technically, I think it
rounding
can.
the corner and my finger
I don't know
accidentally
about
hit
the
my journal
actual
key.
aging process
So I stood
happening
there in the
during a
corner
hunt,
with my journal
but
open. I was
that
like,
counts
oh,
as
that's
time being near the ghost. Yeah.
That's basically what happened to me on the last round. Something happened with my keys and it started to like take a screenshot of something. So I was like, nope, I
Hey,
can't get out
Crunchy,
of
welcome
this
in.
time.
Well, friends, thank you for the games.
Thank you.
for having
Had a
us.
blast. Appreciate the patience. Thank you.
Of course. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, friend.
Oh no, was I sneeze again? We're good. We're fine. Oh my god. So which ghost can turn on a light from a switch? Every ghost can except for a mare. Every ghost can except for a mare. Yeah. We're waiting. I have to decide. I have to decide if I want to press this on Friday or if I want to wait until after the weekend. I might just do it. I might just do it, and then maybe we do some like speed runs. Then we do some speed runs, you know? I clipped the Banshee run. Oh, thank you, Sissy. Thank you, friend. Maybe that's the move, man. Maybe we prestige really early on Friday, and then I spend that night leveling, and then that way I have some equipment for games on Saturday and Sunday. Because, I mean, we're going to be playing a bunch of Phas on Saturday and Sunday anyway. I'll be playing other things too, but a lot of Phas. So I'll be getting levels there too. So I think that's what we'll do. Yeah. But thank you guys, man. What a freaking blast. Holy shit, what a stream. Holy shit. The Songs of Your Childhood. It's a part of the, dude, I have a Monster Cat playlist that I play just because I have a license for it, so I can legally play all the music. I've just been trying to add more and more to it. Yeah, if you're not in the Discord, you want to get updates about when I go live, my schedule, where we hang out when we're not on stream, they're all there. And then I post videos, obviously, on the tubes. And I'm on Blue Sky and on TikToks. Thank you for the game song. Thank you for playing, man. I'm glad we were able to get Phasmo working. That was annoying as shit. That was awful. Gonna end the stream right now? Yeah, it's 1 in the morning for me. And I work in the morning. Yep. What are you doing now? We're gonna go find a raid target. Thank you, Professor. Is it Ridesy or Ridzy? Thank you for being here, dude. Appreciate it. No, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out. I'm still trying to come up with a plan for this weekend about like what I'm playing when. It might be kind of just loosey-goosey and just kind of go with the flow. Whatever I'm feeling like playing, I play. Midnight Society, I'm sure, is going to be joining me for a bunch of random games. So we might do some observation duty. I need to still check out 10 Bells, the update. I haven't checked that out yet. Thank you, Jace. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right, I'm yawning now. I'm so sorry. Okay. It's 6 a.m. for you? Damn. Who needs plans? No, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll have a somewhat of a plan. Project 13 text. Wait, what? Oh, it's 10 p.m. for you? Shit. Who knows? I might even play some Disney Dreamlight this weekend. We'll see. Who knows? I've been getting, it's just a game that I can play without having to worry about any content, and it just burns time, and it's just fun to play. TCG, I did play that a little bit. I did. It's just not as addicting to me. Thank you, Goose. Did I redeem the right thing before the end of stream? Wait, what? Oh, now I see. Oh, I was like, wait, what did you redeem? Crusonics, thank you for the tier 1. Dude, thank you for the sub. I see it now. Benny, thank you for the redeem for Stream King. That is 169,000 channel point redeem to get a role in the Discord that only people that have redeemed that can have. Dude, thank you. Holy shit. That's a lot of points. Playing it right now. How's it going, Sissy? I'm learning. I'm kind of teaching myself how to play. I don't have any good habits. I don't have any good structure, organization, any of that stuff. I just honestly, like, I think it's my wife and I have tried to say or convince ourselves that we're not those people, but I think we are. Those Disney people. We don't go, like, we don't have season passes. I don't live in Florida. Like, I'm not going all the time, but we're those people. We've accepted it. It's okay. It's just, there's just so much joy to be had. So much joy to be had. You have enough points to get 2 of them? It's a roll in the Discord. 'Tis a roll in the Discord. As of right now, there's no like perk attached to it other than just you get that roll and you get to show it off. Disney Princess Syndrome. Yeah, I can't choose which one I want to be. Just finished the Rift section last night. That's cool. Thank you, Crusonics. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. We are almost officially halfway through the month and we are already over halfway to the sub goal. And I just learned that Gaga's sub goal is for her to dress up, I think, like a reindeer. So if she reaches hers, she dresses up like a reindeer near Christmas. And if I reach mine, I'm dressing up like the Grinch. And I told her, I said, if we reach our goals, we have to co-stream. We have to. We have to stream together at some point in full garm. So we might do that. If things happen. Never been to either Disney. I'm a broke beach. Hey, listen, it is absolutely not cheap. My first time going, I was 10 years old. And my dad, he didn't pay for it either. Shit. His company paid for it. He had worked at a company long enough that they gifted him the ability to go on vacation wherever he wanted for a week. And he chose Disney. Expensive AF. Absolutely. Yeah. I found something you could wear for Thanksgiving. I have a feeling that you're going to send me something I'm not going to like. Any advice for a new streamer? My advice to you as a new streamer would be don't just put all of your eggs in one basket. I would, if I were you, I would diversify content to multiple places. I'm not saying multi-stream out the gate, not unless you feel like it, but I'm saying working on short form content, eventually working on long form content, and then continually posting and getting better. Learning from mistakes or maybe learning practices that you like, you don't like, you get inspired by other people's content. Like I like what they do. I want to do something similar. There's a lot of people that put everything into Twitch, and I feel like you're stunting your growth by doing that. By being on other places, you have the chance to grow outside of stream. When stream is off, when I hit end streaming, if I don't post to TikTok, if I don't post to YouTube, if I don't post to any of those places, my content is dead. It's dead. Like, where could it live? Nobody, how many people are going back onto Twitch VODs and watching Twitch VODs? A very small amount of people. A very small amount of people. So by posting to these other places, you have evergreen content that can continually get pushed into algorithms, and you can continually get found, and you don't need to be live for someone to know who you are and then get followed. They check out your content, they join your Discord, you learn who they are, then boom. Then boom. So it's not going to be a one size fits all for everybody. What maybe worked for me, what maybe worked for like for like Epic or Chinggis or Rotator, like whatever worked for like our friend, like whatever worked for them might not work for you. You just have to figure out what is going to work for you. Do you take days off when streaming? From work? No. No, I work Monday through Friday, 50 some odd hours a week. Every week. Yeah, I'm a cinematographer, lead video editor for a production house. So I do that for my full-time job, and then I do this 4 times a week, at least. Yeah. Hey, Shadow. How you doing, dude? Found me through TikTok. Look at that. TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Flash has taken days off for stream things before, but not, no. If I'm ever taking off for stream things, it's because there's a family thing. I have job, wife, 3 kids, dog, house, many things happening at the same time. Obviously, priorities are in the right place. They're where they need to be. But sometimes that priority means that I just have to cancel for a day, you know? But you can't beat yourself up about that kind of stuff. If you have to take time off, take time off. Don't stress yourself out. Don't burn yourself out. Need to upload on TikTok. If anything, uploading to TikTok and YouTube Shorts is going to be one of the easier things to do because you can take clips from your stream and turn them into short form content. And there's other platforms that can do it automatically for you. So you can just, Twitch will do it automatically for you. Twitch will automatically do it for you. So you can go into your clips, edit it vertically there, and then you can take that clip and then turn it into content. Like Flang Bang. Exactly. Boom. Jelly, thank you for the prime, dude. Appreciate you. Do I think that that's going to get numbers? Probably not. But it depends. Maybe you edit it in a way that it will get numbers. Yep. Don't be afraid to post. Nothing's going to be perfect. If you wait for it to be, that's another piece of advice. If you're waiting for something to be perfect to release it, you're never going to post anything. Ever. Good way to level up and fast. Do high multiplier runs. High multiplier runs. So much to learn. Got nothing but time, dude. Nothing but time. TikTok, Insta, YouTube are all great places. Yeah. Yep. And you could post the same clip to all 3 of those platforms. The same one. You're going to have different audience across different platforms. That's why I multi-stream. That's the reason I multi-stream. Yeah. Undead Marksman, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the new tier 1. Welcome in. Thank you so much, dude. I multi-stream because I have a lot of people that don't like one platform but like another. They like Twitch, but they don't want to watch on YouTube. I have ones that want to watch on YouTube, but they don't want to watch it on TikTok. I have ones that are scrolling through TikTok that want to watch it there. Like, there's people that want to watch it everywhere. So I'm monitoring 3 chats at the same time at all times. It's just something that I've gotten used to over time. Is this something I'll do forever? Probably not. But for now, it's working, so I will do it. So yeah. How do you do a TikTok stream when it's portrait layout? I use the vertical plugin for Atom. AITUM. All right, guys, let's raid before ads play. All right. If you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. My creepy little tier 3s, you've got one there for you. We are going to go raid before these ads hit. The reason I run ads in the first place is because I want to control when they're played. If somebody does not play ads themselves, then you have pre-rolls the second you enter a stream. But guys, thank you so much for a crazy stream. I know it started off rocky. At first, we weren't even sure anything was going to happen, but you guys are nuts. I appreciate it so goddamn much. Appreciate it so damn much. How to raid? You just stick around and we raid. Easy peasy, friend. You just stick around and then go right to the next streamer. Yep. But we're going to go visit Glay. We're going to go visit Glay. Mr. Glay is streaming right now. You might get hit by ads, by the way. I'm trying to make it happen fast and it's not. So we're going to raid really, really quickly, okay? Let's go set the toad. Yeah. As soon as this says raid, I'm going to hit raid. We're going to go into Glay. So guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for everything. I will see you on Friday for more shenanigans. More shenanigans, and I might prestige on Friday. I think that will be the plan. So bye, peace, see ya, love you, join the Discord, see the stuff.